High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away. High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's going to go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin. Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Barrett finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown Bowers, touchdown Bowie!
And folks, we have history at Haltom. Danny Bustamante has just pitched a no-hit, no-run, no-walk shutout, a perfect game for Danny Bustamante.
Rios looks at Alvarado and turns home. It's going to that left field gap. That's a base hit. Here comes Axel Alvarado. The Colts are going to take the lead in the top of the 7th on the base hit by Gannon Howard.
Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Mirario has a bit of a look, shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions. Energetic Media Solutions.
Good evening, football fans. Welcome to Thursday Night Lights from Choctaw Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Broadcasting live on YouTube, it's another edition of District 8-6A action as the Martin Warriors get ready to face off against the Bowie Volunteers. This is going to be a great test for both squads, both of them off of emphatic wins against opponents that they should have beaten, and they did. And now, as we get into October, as we get into the later stages of the season, it's the time to really test your mettle. And that's what these two teams get to do here tonight on Pink Out Night for the Volunteers. So there's a lot of spirit in the air. There's a lot of enthusiasm about this particular matchup, and there's a lot to prove for both squads. I am Zach Arnold, and I'm joined on the broadcast with my pops, Doug. Pops, this is a big night for the Volunteers. It's a big night for Zap as we start working out some details and logistics behind the scenes and hopefully unveiling a surprise for the fans later on the broadcast if all goes according to plan. It's just a exciting night for football as we get deeper and deeper into the season.
Yeah, it's a great night for football here from Choctaw Stadium as the Warriors come in from the west side of town to meet the east side Bowie Volunteers. Zach, we were here last week, Tim Costello and myself, watching Bowie take on Sam Houston, and we coined a phrase last night for the Bowie offense. We felt like they were displaying a blue-collar type of offense. They were grinding it out. They were smash-mouth football. They were doing the things, like you said, that was expected of them. It was nothing flashy. It was nothing fancy, but it was effective. And even though the score was fairly close, reasonably close against Sam Houston at the halftime, Bowie came out in the second half and continued with their game plan. They didn't stray from their game plan. They grounded out and they start putting points on the board, and it turned out to be a 52-7 win.
Yeah, that was one that was very much in Bowie's favor and has been for the last couple of decades, according to series history. This one has been in favor of Martin the last few years. However, last year, Bowie finally got over the hump with a 10-point victory en route to that district championship winning season. They defeated Martin 34-24 and are looking to carry some of that momentum into this season's matchup as well. Both teams feature very high-octane offenses. Bowie with 41.2 points per game average, Martin with 40.4. However, the biggest difference, Pops, Bowie's defense has been allowing just 25.5 points per game, while Martin has had some pretty serious defeats at the hands of teams like Lake Travis and Denton Geyer that has kind of skewed their point margin a bit. They are giving up 36.5 points per game defensively coming into this ball game. So it is likely going to have a lot of offensive fireworks. The real question will be which defense is going to be able to clamp down, who's going to win the turnover battle, and something that plagued Bowie earlier in the season that has not plagued them in the last couple of games, penalties. As long as you can avoid making penalty mistakes that can change the momentum, I think the Volunteers have a very good chance at winning 2 in a row in this series.
Yeah, and the Martin defense, like you said, is going to have to really clamp down on players the likes of Kedrick Osunde-Brown, who led in the reception last week, reception game. And, you know, and on the defensive side, Pau Goffey is just all over the field making amazing plays. And Jaden Bibbs going 78% passing last week with 2 touchdowns. I mean, he was just on fire. Denzel Ponder with 2 touchdowns and 15 rushes for 72 yards. I mean, the Bowie offense, you know, Mad Max Nichols scored a touchdown and had 107 yards. Just the offense in the second half really caught fire, and Martin's defense is going to have their hands full with the likes of those young men from the Bowie side.
There's quite a few playmakers to look out for, and that's the beauty of this Volunteer offense is you don't just have Mad Max Nichols. You have Kedrick Osunde-Brown. You have A.J. Burdo. And now you've got a healthy Brody Ferguson that can be a tight end that goes out and catches some passes. It's a lot of opportunities for Jaden Bibbs, who is a top 5 in passing yards in DFW, according to the Dallas Morning News, the statistics that they keep up with over on their website. Top 5 in passing in all of 6A in the DFW area with over 1,400 pass yards, 13 touchdown passes, and a few rushing touchdowns as well to just 4 interceptions. So not only does he sling the ball around, but he takes care of the ball as well, helping manage this offense.
Yep, it's a perfect night for football here as Martin is lined up on the far side of the field here at Choctaw Stadium. Bowie, being the home side, will be closer to the cameras here tonight.
And Martin, being Martin, tend to have a lot more opportunities on the ground than anywhere else. And when you have a player like Javian Jones-Priest, who has gone for over 500 yards on 62 carries, he is a workhorse for the Martin Warriors. But they run an offense that is very run-heavy, and then they try to go play action the first opportunity that they get. Dalen Cobb has almost 300 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns that have been caught from the quarterback, Chase Davol. There's definitely threats on Martin's side of the ball, and it'll, like you mentioned, it'll be up to Pau Goffey to try to figure out exactly how to limit that offense.
And, you know, it's a different type of approach we have this year as the Martin Warriors are coming out onto the field now. There seems to be a lot more parity in the district, where in the past Martin has been the juggernaut team that commands who goes in what order in the playoffs. They're always there. And they, for the first time in my memory, recent memory, missed the playoffs last year.
They did.
To these Bowie Volunteers who rose to the top of the cream and won the district championship last year. So there's a lot more parity this year in the District 868. We're seeing South Grand Prairie coming to the top of the sports world, really. When you look at South Grand Prairie, their baseball team is very good. Their volleyball team is on top of the district action this year.
Softball team is one of the tops in the state.
There is something going on at South Grand Prairie. They have got it going on in their sports realm over there, and it's showing in their football team as well, as the captains for both teams are lining up on the 50-yard line. Bowie will be heading out to the middle. Martin coming from the other side, coming at you. And we'll keep an eye on the coin flip tonight and see who's going to start with the ball first and which end they'll be defending.
The pregame show is presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc., a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. Don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April or Jason today at 817-265-3346.
Zach, let me give you a weather report sponsored by C&LC tonight. In support of Arlington ISD, we're going to start game time at 82 degrees here at Choctaw Stadium. The wind, even though it says it's 7 miles an hour out of the east virtually, that doesn't really affect this bowl-like stadium here at Choctaw. I don't see any wind affecting anything here tonight.
I see very little flag movement at all.
Yeah, so that won't be a factor tonight. No rain in the forecast, clear blue skies tonight. So everything is set as far as the environmental conditions should be just fine here. Still a little bit hot this time of year. We're still looking for that first real cold front to come through here for the fall temperatures to take effect. But so we may have to watch for some players still cramping up a little bit tonight as they exert themselves on this ball field tonight, where it's going to be a little bit warmer down on the bowl in the middle of the bowl than it is up here in the booth tonight.
Yeah, our broadcast vantage point is one that is unparalleled in pretty much all DFW athletics. And on a personal note, I just want to give my thanks to Arlington ISD and Choctaw Stadium for allowing these teams to compete in this awesome environment. I know that there are some recent developments that have kind of indicated that there may not be as much use for this stadium in the coming years as there previously thought. The Renegades of the UFL announcing the other day that they are moving up to Toyota Stadium in Frisco. North Texas Soccer Club is building their stadium that's going to be in Mansfield in the next couple of years. Pop, I don't know about you, but I've come to think of this place as a second home just from how many games we've broadcast here. I think Zach Arnold Productions holds the record for the most football games called in this venue, and that is a record that I am very, very proud of.
Yeah, like you said, we're just blessed to be in this vantage point here at this stadium. It's still a beautiful stadium. We heard the PA announcer, the Golden Pipes of Yadi Pagan, announcing that we were bringing this game from the ballpark in Arlington, and then he corrected himself to Choctaw Stadium.
Of course he did.
But it's still such a beautiful venue, and I remember when the Rangers opened here in 1994, and it was just it's been a wonderful place to play. We've still got the home run porch over to the right end zone of this field, the third base dugout on the far left side of the field. As the Martin Warriors come onto the field. The Bowie Volunteers are already out there. You can see taking a knee on this side of the field. You can hear the Martin fight song playing on the far side of the field, and we're about ready for some action here tonight, Zach. This is going to be a fun one.
It's pink out night as the Volunteers go with the all blacks and pink accessories such as their tape, gloves, undershirts, and socks. The Martin Warriors with a charcoal and a new logo that you see on the lower third, Pops. They've got these battle axes that they go behind the new Martin M, and they'll be unveiling that road uniform here, although it's not much of a road game considering you're just going 20 minutes down I-20 and another 3 minutes up 360.
Yeah, and the irony is over on the Martin campus tonight, the brand new Michael Glaspie Field is hosting their own ball game over there tonight with Seguin playing a game over there at against Argyle at Glaspie. So Martin's has to come across town and play here at Choctaw while somebody else is playing on their field that happens to be on the Martin campus.
Time for the national anthem and then kickoff here at Choctaw Stadium. We'll be right back. Live from Choctaw Stadium, it is high school football on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing, Arlington's favorite roofer since 1982. Alongside my pops Doug, I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you this District 8-6A action between the 3-2 Volunteers, 2-0 in district, against the 2-3 Warriors, 1-1 in district. That one loss was at the hands of the Lamar Vikings, and the one win was against the Grand Prairie Gophers. So Pops, it's both ends of the spectrum, a playoff contender in Lamar, taking care of business against Martin, and then a team that has had its struggles of late in Grand Prairie that was a victim of Martin's homecoming last week. This will probably be the truest test of where these two teams are at.
Yeah, and you mentioned Lamar. I think Lamar's kind of a surprise team coming out of the north side of town this year. They've got a big matchup tomorrow night against district-leading South Grand Prairie. So that'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on from UTA Stadium tomorrow.
Yeah, South Grand Prairie leads the charge at a 4-0 record, 2-0 in district. The Volunteers, the only other 2-0 team. Everybody else except for Sam Houston and Grand Prairie has notched at least one district win, and we're only 2 games into the district season. Bowie won the toss, and they deferred to the second half, so we'll get Leo Espindola kicking things off for the Volunteers here. And we are ready to get underway in Arlington, Texas. Copy the link, hit that share button, send it to your group chat. Let the folks at home know that it is football time in Texas.
Dropping back deep for Martin to receive this kickoff, number 4, Demarius Hoy, and number 16, Ricky Montgomery, as Bowie gets ready to kick off here with big number 99, Leo Espinolda, kicking the ball for the Vols.
It's going to be a short pooch that will go out of bounds, and Martin will get good field position to start this ball game. We'll get our first look at the quarterback for the Warriors in Chase DeVoe. His backfield mate, Javian Jones-Priest, ran for 61 yards and a score. Ricky Montgomery ran for 51 yards and a score. And there were several other players that all had a carry for Martin at some point during the game. They're going to elect a 5-yard penalty and re-kick rather than get the good field position. They trust their special teams unit to field it and get better yardage than what you would get on a kickoff out of bounds, Pops. That's an interesting choice by Coach Chad Reeves.
Yeah, everybody regrouping and going to line up again. Espinola's going to tee the ball up again. Martin will send their special teams return unit back out there. And we'll just do a little redo here to get this game started off. Montgomery and Hoy back again deep. Hoy on the near side hash, Montgomery on the far side hash for Martin.
Ricky Montgomery, one of those people that'll be in the backfield with Chase DeVoe. Espindola will go end over end, and it'll get fair caught at the 33-yard line by number 44 of the Warriors, who does not have a number on the roster we were given. Isn't that always the way?
Yeah, the roster we got coming in the door tonight should be the most up-to-date roster we've got, but number 44. Somebody can get in the chat with us tonight. Let us know who number 44 is, and we'll give them a shout-out.
We are monitoring the chat here on YouTube. If you subscribe to the channel and wait a brief 10 minutes, you can join the fun, and we'll try to give you a shout-out as the Warriors will start with the ball at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. This is indeed Chase Dable in the backfield, number 13. Also back there with him, Jadian Jones-Priest as an H-back. So that would probably be Montgomery, his backfield mate. And we'll get a false start to start this ball game.
Interesting color scheme we get to watch tonight, Zach, is Bowie is black on black with the white helmet, and Martin is white on black with the black helmet. So we just got to memorize which black and white team is which. Going to move Martin back 5 yards on that particular play. Going to be 1st and 15 for the Warrior offense. A little switcheroo in the backfield. Number 13 goes up to the line. Direct snap to number 6, Dalen Cobb. And he's caught behind the line by the Bowie defense, who gets into the backfield very quickly. Number 6 for the Volunteers. We mentioned him before the game, Galatians Pawagofi, in the backfield to bring the ball carrier down for a tackle for loss.
So they started behind the line and end up a little bit further behind the line.
You're going to hear Pawagofi's name quite a bit tonight from that middle linebacker position, as he is a real ball hawk and seems to show up everywhere the ball is.
This is Jones-Priest in the backfield. Looks like a keeper on a sweep to the left-hand side, and Bowie's defense is there to stop forward progress. Another loss on the play, back behind the 25. The Martin offense is going the wrong way, Pops.
Yeah, and Kevin Baines is pushing him back farther and farther towards the wrong goal line for the Volunteers. Baines in there on that tackle behind the line for more yards lost.
3rd and long for the Warriors, back to a traditional shotgun look before the play call comes in. New signal comes in from the sidelines on the far side there. Just a one running back look now. Davo back to pass. Got a little bit of a pocket, throws across the middle. It is caught, shakes a tackle across the 40. 1st down yardage to midfield and then some, still on his feet. Dodging a tackle, he's got an escort, and this could be trouble. All the way to the goal line, that's Dalen Cobb with a Martin touchdown on 3rd and long.
Big running play there as Cobb found that crease and took off down the far sideline.
That's a lot of yards after the catch as well. Cobb is the leading receiver with 12 catches for 254 yards and 3 touchdowns coming into tonight's game. He eclipses 300 and picks up TD number 4 with that one there. Martin fakes a 2-point attempt. Single extra point is by number 24, who is also not on the Martin roster. But it's 7-0 as we go to the break. This is high school football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
After facing 3rd down and long, Martin able to get a long touchdown to make it a 7-0 score, as this one will go in out of the end zone for a touchback. Looked like it might have headed towards the 1-yard line, and instead it takes a Martin bounce. Princeton Campbell lets it go out, and it'll be the Bowie offense starting at the 25-yard line. So we'll get our first look at Jaden Bibbs, 18 of 23 for an efficient 78% against Sam Houston last week, along with over 200 pass yards and a couple of scores. They'll go with a bunch formation here. 3 receivers on that right-hand side. Bibbs looking that way on the snap. Going to go on the curl route that is caught and then let go of, and the officials will rule that an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10.
Almost pulled that one in, but LaShawn Tolbert was there for the Warriors to dislodge that ball.
Second down now, coming to the near side. Pickup of about 4 or 5 on the play.
Eli Johnson there on the takedown on the near sideline for the Warriors, but not before a decent pickup there of about 6 yards.
They're going to go to the 30, so it's a pickup of exactly 5 on that play. Just over 10 minutes to go, very early in this ball game. Bowie's going to spread it out with 4 receivers, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Bibbs looking right. He's going to go with the swing pass. The outlet man has a couple of blockers. Can he get there? Yes. Right to the 35-yard line goes the receiver. That's number 24, Jaden Harper, and he picks up a Bowie first down.
Finally dragged down by Jace Daniels for the Martin Warriors on that play, but not before Bowie resets the sticks.
That'll move the sticks for the Volunteers. Bibbs with the handoff, and no gain on that one as a host of Warriors in on the stop for a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, met right at the line by number 14, LaShawn Tolbert. Loss of 1 yard on that particular play.
They may have lost a half yard on that one as it goes back between the 34 and the 35. 2nd down and behind the sticks for the Volunteers. Not a position you want to be in against anybody's defense, but especially not Martin. Bibbs back to pass, going up top, one-on-one coverage. It's caught in stride. Here comes the big play on the Bowie side of the field. That's number 7, Mad Max Nichols, 70-yard Bowie touchdown. And just like that, after a big play from the Martin offense, Bowie finds a way to answer.
Big play there. Perfectly thrown ball by Bibbs. Nice arch on the ball that dropped right over the defender and into his arms, and he was gone to the house once he hauled that one in. Good play there by Bowie.
There was a flag on the play of a hands to the face against Martin. It'll be enforced on the kickoff. Touchdown stands. Classic South Drive summary. That play only took 5 plays, covering 75 yards, and 70 of them accrued by Mad Max Nichols. The next time you're ready to drive something new, contact Yadi Pagan at 817-706-5679. Espindola's kick is up and good.
Bring their A game. A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Eka Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Eka can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ekasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Eka Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
Welcome back to Choctaw Stadium. 65-yard touchdown pass officially because the ball was spotted at the 35-yard line. But regardless, it is 7 points on the board for the Volunteers. They
certainly answered the quick strike from Martin.
They had an answer. At 9:30 to go in the first quarter, there's already been 2 touchdowns scored early in this ball game. Y'all are in for a fun one.
Backing the ball up now for Espindola. if he can kick it through the uprights from here to the, no, never mind. Thought maybe Bowie could pick up some extra points if Espindola can kick it through the uprights from the Martin 45 after the hands to the face on the touchdown run. Only one man deep for Martin this time. Espindola's kick is a squibber to the right side. They're going to try an onside kick, but Martin is able to recover it at the 36-yard line.
With that type of field position on the penalty, why not try a little trickeration? That's definitely something that Martin's notorious for. Might as well answer it in kind.
Bowie's coaching staff and team looking very October-ish tonight with their bright orange shirts and black pants. Now if we could just get some October-ish type temperatures to go along with that, we'd feel like we're on Friday Night Lights football.
It is spooky season, as my wife likes to call it.
Is that what she calls it?
They call it spooky season, SZN, spooky season.
Shout out to Edna if she's listening tonight.
I don't know if she said she was going to tune in or not, but this is her alma mater, so it would stand to reason. There is
got another penalty against Bowie this time.
And so both teams guilty of a few infractions early in this ball game, and that was something we talked about during the pregame show presented by Chapman Cornelius, Pops. These teams need to try to limit those so that you don't give up field position. Instead of having it back near the 35, Martin's got it across midfield.
Yeah, the referees moved the ball all the way to the Bowie 49 for Martin to start this particular drive as quarterback Chase DeVoe looks to the sideline for the call on this play. Ricky Montgomery in the backfield with him. A lot of dead time tonight in this ball game. Let's move it, guys.
Play clock hasn't even started yet. Wonder what we're waiting on. Honestly, though, I'm not entirely certain what it is we're waiting on. It's not like there's an animal loose on the field or something.
That would be a Darlington High baseball
That would
game.
be a baseball game against Martin,
yeah.
where a chicken gets loose every year.
It's happened for the last 2 years in a row.
Two or three.
I think it's planned.
It's a tradition at this point. Play finally set to resume here at Choctaw. 3 receivers set to the right for Martin. DeVoe will hand it off to that right-hand side. Jones-Priest will get tackled behind the line. Correction, that is Ricky Montgomery, who will end up back behind midfield for the Warriors.
Great play there by the Volunteers. Princeton Campbell, number 5 on that play. He read that one all the way and sprinted up from his linebacker position and got into the backfield on that one. Bowie's playing more in Martin's backfield tonight than they are anywhere else.
Second down, and we'll call it 13. Two to the right, rolling to his left is Davol, now squaring up, going to go back to the right-hand side. It's a jump ball that'll fall out of bounds.
Good pressure there by Bowie's number 18, Jalen D, to get in the face of the Martin quarterback, most likely causing that errant throw. Good pressure by the Bowie defense there.
That'll bring up third down and long. And we know what happened the last time Martin had a third down and long. Bowie going to have to keep their eyes on number 6. 2 to the right, 1 by himself on a lonely island to the left. Davo looking to the right, squares up, throws to double coverage, deep ball, and it's picked off inside the 10. Big play by number 5, Princeton. Campbell gets the turnover and gives Bowie the ball back.
Campbell just got the pressure on the last play, gets the pick on this one, and Bowie's in business again.
That was not a wise throw by the quarterback as Chase Dable just a sophomore, Pops, is what he's listed as on the roster for the Warriors. Threw it into double coverage, hoping that his playmaker would make a play, and instead it's the ATH getting the INT for the Volunteers. I just got a text from Yadi Pagan that personal foul that happened during the kickoff has led to a disqualification. We'll follow up on that in a moment. Bibbs with the handoff. A little bit of a hole across the 9 to maybe the 10. Senior defensive back number 33, Calvin Sanders, with a targeting call issued against him for Bowie, led with the crown of the helmet, and he has been disqualified for the remainder of the ball game.
You just don't see that called too much at the high school level in our experience.
Bibbs, shadow of his own goalpost, just trying to avoid a safety. Now he's going to take off and take it to about the 15-yard line. A good quarterback scramble, avoiding the sack and picking up a few positive yards to force third and manageable.
Yeah, the ball's going to be resting at about the Bowie 11 on this third down play.
They'll give him maybe the original line of scrimmage. Bibbs with the swing pass and the downfield blocking. It gave them a first down last time, and it looks like it's good for a first down here.
Mad Max on the reception.
And it is enough to move the chains out to the 19. Two to the left and two to the right here for the Vols. Bibbs going across the middle, and that screen pass almost intercepted.
Bounced off the breadbasket of Elijah Jackson, number 55 for the Warriors. He was like, surprise!
Jay Washington, a recent subscriber and joining the chat. Volunteers, class of 2018 here. Thank you for the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. Fans, join the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from. We love hearing from the Volunteer Nation. Second down and 10 after the incompletion. One receiver split out wide to the right. And they'll go with a handoff up the middle, and that scheme did not lead to anything productive. Couple of Martin defenders in on the tackle of Denzel Ponder, among them Julian DeLora. And that will bring up third down with about 7 minutes to go here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Julian DeLora met him at behind the line of scrimmage before he could really get moving on that one. Good block and tackle there by the Martin defense.
Third down and 12. Bowie still in their own red zone. Bibbs back to pass, 5-step drop, going off his back foot, looking for Mad Max. Flag is thrown, and that may be a little bit handsy there as Mad Max draws the penalty. There were two men in coverage there for the Warriors, Jace Daniels and Kevin Grant, in that vicinity. One of them may be guilty of a defensive hold. Generally, a defensive hold is an automatic first down, so that'll move the sticks again for the Volunteers. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down, I believe.
Yeah, I was watching the sticks on the far sideline, and they weren't moving anywhere.
They
finally moved it.
They weren't going very far.
Well, the sticks still need to
move. Still haven't moved, so it may be just third down. I thought defensive hold was an automatic first down.
There they go.
There go the chains.
We just got a slow chain gang tonight.
I started worrying about my knowledge of football. Do I know ball? Bibbs looking for the underneath. He's going to go with the short screen to Osunde Brown, and Martin read that well. That'll be a completed pass, but a loss of 1. That's the second time this drive that they've tried to go with the middle screen, Pops. They must have seen something in the film that made them feel like they had the speed to outrun Martin's defenders up the middle. But so far, the Warriors are staying at home and collecting the tackles. Bibbs with the play action. Looked like it was a handoff. Fooled everybody, including this broadcaster. Short completion back maybe to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 9.
Yeah, Sunday Brown hauled that one in, but he just didn't get any yards after catch on that one.
So that'll bring up 3rd down, and the scoreboard says 9 from the 29. Bibbs looking right, out of the backfield. The swing pass caught right near the line to gain. We'll see if it's a left or a right-footed ref. And that is enough for another Bowie 1st down. A lot of quick throws, a lot of dump-offs, a lot of middle screens, a lot of attempts to get out in space with this Martin defense. Bibbs with a handoff to Ponder. Ponder will cross the 40 and stretch the elbow to the 41.
Brought down by a big 97 for Martin, who is also not on the roster.
We call it as much as we can. We've got a full roster here. There's a good 70 names on here, but we're missing 3. At least.
At least.
That we know of. 2nd down and about 7. Pistol formation here with 2 receivers. Bibbs with the rollout and overthrows his intended target.
He was looking for number 27, Deontay Tennyson, but overthrew him by about 5 yards on that play.
Tennyson, a good red zone tight end, has a few touchdown receptions on the season, just unable to find that soft spot in the Martin zone, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about 7. 4:46 to go in this opening frame. Things have slowed down a little bit since those big opening touchdowns. Bibbs immediately rolling out, and now he's going to try to take off and run for it. He'll get to midfield and get shoved out of bounds. 1st down yardage for the Volunteers.
Finally shoved out of bounds by 29, Julian DeLora.
We've called DeLora's name a couple of times. We'll see just how many more times they'll have to call on him.
Bibbs is able to get the ball into Martin territory here at their Martin 49. 1st down.
4 receivers set here for the Vols. Bibbs stepping up, stepping away, and he'll throw a pick at the 25. Under through the intended target, and now Martin's off to the races. Trying to find some blockers and getting to midfield and getting out of bounds is number 2, Kevin Grant. And Martin forces the INT. We'll take a short break. It's Martin ball after this break here on the Zap Network.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
After the turnover, Martin has it in plus territory at the Bowie 45, 1st and 10. This is a keeper quarterback draw up the middle for about 4 or 5 yards. First time we've seen Chase Dable try to take off and run with it. Marginal pickup, but it stays in front of the chain. 2nd down and about 5. Three receivers set. And everybody except the center stands up for the new play call. I've seen players like the quarterback relay it to the offensive line so that they can stay in formation. This curl route is caught. 1st down yardage on the far side. Forward progress is finally stopped, but not before Dalen Cobb moves the sticks for the Warriors.
Famous movie actor Steve McQueen, number 28 for the Volunteers, in on that tackle. No, actually, it's Stephen McQueen. Stephen McQueen.
Somebody's parents had a sense of humor.
Yes, they did. Senior defensive back there for the Volunteers making the play, but not before the first down.
3 receivers here. Davo with the rollout on the play action. Going to go across his body, and it is caught near the 10-yard line. Out of bounds, but not before a big pickup there by number 88, Ty Ingram, the senior tight end. We actually have Ty's number, Pops. And it's first down for the Warriors at the 11.
We always like to do our very best to give credit to the boys when it's due.
First down, man in motion. Handoff to the right-hand side. He's got the crease. He's got the corner. He's got the touchdown. Martin finds the end zone off of the turnover, and they take their lead back. That's number 10, Javian Jones-Priest with the score for the Warriors. Exactly 3 minutes to go in this opening frame. Martin able to do what Bowie unable to do, capitalizing on points off of turnovers.
Well, add another unnamed player to the list, kicker 24.
We don't have a 24.
Nope.
If there's any Martin faithful tuning in, let us know who 24 is, please. His kick is up and good. It's now 14-7. We'll take a break and be back with more high school football on the Zap Network after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com. Need a cleanup that's easier than finding your seat on game day? Trinity Logistics Services has you covered. Whether it's your home or your business, Trinity will drop off and pick up the dumpster, no hassle, no mess. Founded by Arlington's own Chet Soto, class of '97, Trinity Logistics Services is proud to serve their hometown. Call 817-693-1302 and let's tackle your next project together.
Welcome back to live action here from Choctaw Stadium. Your new score, Martin 14, Bowie 7. As the Warriors line up to kick this one off. Back deep for Bowie, number 5, Princeton Campbell, whose name has been called quite a bit tonight. The kick is a short one. It's an onside attempt. It's bobbled at the line, but the Bowie defender, the Bowie special teams player is able to fall on it. That's number 11 for the Volunteers, Marquis Haynes, saving the day as Martin tried a little trickeration play there on the kickoff, and that's going to set Bowie up in great field position here to start this particular drive. 2:58 left here in the first quarter of play. Martin 14, Bowie 7. Bibbs comes back onto the field with his team. Bibbs in the backfield. Ponder back there with him. The handoff is to Ponder over the left side. Not much pickup there on that particular play. Looks like Ponder picked up maybe 2 yards on that particular play. It'll be second down and about 8 here for the Volunteers. 3 men to the right side. Snap to Bibbs. He's back to pass, looking to the right side, rolling to the right. Lets the ball go. Is it caught on the far side? No, I see a ball rolling around there on the ground on the far side of the field, intended for Mad Max. Well covered by the Barton Warriors on that particular play, and it'll be second down and 8. Third down and 8. Third down and 8 for the Volunteers here. Bibb steps aside and looks to the sideline for the call on the next play here. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left for the Volunteer offense. Ponder to Bibb's left. Bibb's looking to throw. He's going to get sacked and the ball's out. Will the Volunteers recover? Because Bibb's lost it at about the 31-yard line. Number 54 for the Volunteers, Willie Gay, is able to recover that fumble. It's going to be 4th down and a whole lot, and Bowie will have to punt this one away. Bowie in punt formation, about 4th and 20 here. The punter is hit in the backfield, but no flag comes out as the ball goes out of bounds. We'll step aside for a short break here. This is high school football presented by John Wade Roofing on the ZAP Network. We'll be right back.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0393 or email orders@locallegendsfigures.com.
Welcome back to live action here from Choctaw Stadium. Martin's next drive begins with a handoff to the running back, number 6. Gets tackled in the backfield was Dalen Cobb on that play. Actually, he may have squirmed his way back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down. They're going to give him 1 yard. 2nd and 9 here on this play. Handoff to number 10, Jones Priest, sorry, got Martin, I got it backwards. He's able to go to the left side through his line and pick up about 3 more yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Warriors. Jones Priest on the carry for that play. Jones Priest in the backfield with his quarterback, Chase DeVol. Jones Priest switches places with number 6, Dalen Cobb. Quarterback back to pass, looking downfield across the middle, and it's picked off by Bowie. Coming across this side, number 6 for the Volunteers gets the ball. That's Princeton Campbell. My, what a night he has had so far. We'll step aside on that turnover. This is high school football presented by ZAP, brought to you by John Wade Roofing.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Back to live action after the pick by the Bowie Volunteer defense, and Bibbs takes the snap. He's looking to pass, looking downfield, scrambling around the pocket. He's got a man open, but he overshoots him by just about 5 yards on that play. He was looking for number 24, Jaden Harper, and just led him a little bit too far. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Harper doing a lot more out of the backfield in this game than he has done in previous games, trying to find a spot in the lineup for him. This is a very deep Bowie team, and so Harper, one of those players that you want to get reps, and if you need to do it out of the slot, then give him that playing time. This will be a toss to Ponder, trying to find the corner, cuts back and gets another few yards inside the 40, and that may be the final play of the first quarter. Several turnovers, a few touchdowns, and a 14-7 score as we head to the break. The end of the first quarter. with the second quarter on the way here on the Zap Network.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com. Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Welcome to the second quarter here at Choctaw Stadium. Fans, the second quarter is presented by our friends at Ika Signs. The next time you need banners, printed shirts, or other print materials, Ika Signs is the printer to call. You can call 817-617-2229 and tell them that Zach Arnold sent you. Two receivers to the left here for Jaden Bibbs. Third down and short here. Probably 2 down territory if they don't get it. Play is signaled for. Handoff right side. Ponder shakes a tackle, leans forward and gets first down yardage.
Finally dragged down there by Martin's number 12, Eli Johnson, on the play, but not before the Volunteers pick up the first down.
Ricky Moody tuning in the chat. SGP graduate of 81 checking out the upcoming competition. That is one thing that we can provide here is an opportunity to scout out future district opponents. Bibbs back to pass, 3-step drop, steps up, can't get away from the tackler, and he'll get sacked back at the 35. Tried to shake away from the defender, just could not quite get there.
Yeah, defender Elijah Jackson on the play that time, doing a good job of getting the Bowie quarterback down for a loss on that play. It'll be second down at about 13.
2 to the left and 1 to the right for Bibbs. A little bit of a hard count as they turn back and take a look at the new play call. Bibbs passing the whole way, steps up, lofts one, looking for Mad Max, and he's got him. Touchdown, Volunteers. That was a touch pass that he saw he had his man, hit him in stride, and they punch it in for 6 to start the second quarter. Espindola lining up for the extra point attempt. Kick almost blocked, but it does not get blocked, and we're tied up at 14 apiece here at Choctaw Stadium. We'll be back right after this here on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Ika Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Ika features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Ika at 817-617-2229 2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you.
Live at Choctaw Stadium. Classic South scoring drive started at the 45-yard line. Covered a total of 55 yards, a 5-play drive resulting in a 45-yard touchdown from Bibbs to Nichols. The next time you're ready to drive something new, contact Yadi Pagan at 817-706-5679. Classic Chevy. Relax and enjoy the difference. Head coach Joseph Sam calling for a penalty as the receiver who took it at the 23-yard line took off and ran with it. Looking for some sort of infraction there, won't get it, but Martin also won't get very good field position as they'll get it from behind the touchback stripe.
Zach, this has been an enjoyable game so far. I was looking for Bowie to come back with a touchdown on that particular drive as they led off with a touchdown, had a pick and a fumble in their ensuing drives, and finally came back with a touchdown.
Turnovers have been a bugaboo in this district. So far, it has not exactly harmed anybody, as we've got a tie ball game with a 2nd down and long coming up. Very marginal run on 1st down to create 2nd down, and we'll call it 9. Bowie showing pressure, can't get to Davol, but they do break up the pass on the near sideline there. Great job timing the route there by the Bowie defense to break up the pass.
Stephen McQueen in on the breakup on that play. Great timing on that bang-bang play there to bring up 3rd and long for the Warrior offense.
One thing we have not seen yet in this ball game, Pops, and knock on wood for the announcer's jinx, we have not seen a punt in this ball game yet. It's either been touchdowns or turnovers.
Lots of scrambling by the Martin corner. Now a holding flag in the backfield, most likely, as the Bowie defense had called a stunt on that one and were blitzing from all angles, and the quarterback for Martin, Chase DeVol, was scrambling like crazy, and it finally looks like one of his offensive linemen held to try and protect him.
Is there an injury on the field? Why are the trainers coming out? Oh, there is a Martin player on the far
Way
side
on the
there,
45-yard
being
line.
tended to near the 45. We'll let them. Oh no, he's up. He's up. I was about to say we'll let them tend to him real quick.
Yeah, he was way on the far side, and in the crowd of the sideline players, it was hard to spot him at first.
You got a quick preview of our Camera 2 there. One of the things that we're trying to incorporate here on the Zap Network. Next week's game between Bowie and Arlington will be a consolidation of resources. Those are the two teams that we cover. We're going to have a full broadcast setup, and so we're testing out some of that equipment here tonight in order to prepare for what should be the game of the year. Flag is thrown as the first punt attempt goes out at the 39-yard line.
Well, it was kind of a muffed snap on that punt attempt, but then somebody was offsides evidently as well. But that's not going to be enough for a Martin 1st down, but at least they'll get a better punt out of it if they accept the penalty. Coach Joseph Sam out there talking with the referees.
We get our look at some of the crowds here at Choctaw Stadium, people in attendance cheering on for the Vols here on Pink Out Night.
So the call was motion on Martin, and so Bowie's going to take over after that really poor punt on the bad snap to the punter. And Bowie is really set up in fantastic
great
field
position with just under 10 minutes to go here.
Starting at the Martin 32 here. Bibbs and company looking to take the lead here midway through the second quarter here. What a fortuitous turn of events there. Bibbs takes the snap, hands it off to number 29, Javon Floyd, but he doesn't get anywhere as Martin's defense swarms to that side of the field and brings him down, looks like behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 3 yards on that particular play. Ball's all the way back at the 35-yard line. Second down and about 13. Bowie's looking for the call from the sideline for this next play. Floyd, the new running back, as Bibbs just rocks back for a straight pass, scrambles out to his right side, looking for somebody downfield. Everybody's covered. He finally throws it to his last check down man, but it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah,
intended for Osunde Brown.
Looking for Osunde Brown. Can't quite connect with him. Outside of Espindola's range also, unfortunately. So we'll see what Coach Sam and company come up with here on this 3rd and 13.
Ponder in the backfield again with Bibbs. Aiden Rondon split out far to the left side on this one. 3 men to the right. Snap to Bibbs. He's looking to throw. Tosses it across the middle. It's a long pass, but there should... is the flag going to come out on that? Where's the flag?
There's a flag with an ineligible receiver downfield. Martin will likely decline that penalty.
I was looking for a flag because it looked like the Martin defense was all over the Bowie receiver on that play.
I'm with you.
Referee actually reached to his waist to pull the flag out, and then he stuffed it back in. That play is the penalty is declined, and it's going to bring up 4th down and about 12. And like you said, Bowie's kind of in no man's land here, so they're going to go for it on 4th and 12. Scoreboard actually says 4th and 13 here. Bibbs in the backfield, he backs up. They're going to do a quick punt now with Bibbs.
Punt that will maybe get 10 yards unless it takes a Bowie roll.
But that's not a bad idea. Look, it's going to be around the 10, 9, 8. That's a really good play there to have Bibbs do that. We're going to step aside while they change teams. This is Friday Night Football presented by Zap, brought to you by John Wade Roofing.
From weekend cleanups to major projects, Trinity Logistic Services has the perfect fit for you. With dumpsters ranging from 10 all the way up to 30 feet, they handle both drop-off and pickup so you can stay focused on cleaning up the win. Call 817-693-1302 today and let Trinity Logistic Services help you score big on convenience and efficiency.
Welcome back to a live view of the stands here at Choctaw Stadium. Alongside my pops, Doug, I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you this District 8-6A action as Martin will take over inside their 10-yard line, and this running play will back them up even further. Ball was spotted at the 8. They're going to go back to about the 7 on that play.
Bowie defense has been playing well tonight with a good swarming attack on the running plays. They've been playing in Martin's backfield a good part of the evening. Martin looking to the sideline for the next play call. Chase DeVol.
And the running play will go inside the 5 all the way back to the 3-yard line. And you get to take a look at the Bowie faithful that are happy to see that play transpire. Our cameraman, Cameron Wilcox, down on the sidelines, bringing you some more intimate action. And Jonathan Mosley with the top camera up here, video producer Jason Holly, my pops Doug. We've got a full complement on the Zap Network tonight.
Always growing in an attempt to bring you a better overall fan experience here from Choctaw. Jones Priest just didn't have anywhere to go on that play with the Bowie defense swarming him on that run.
Shotgun play action to Jones Priest. Got to get rid of it. Deflected up in the air, and another deflection that resulted in a harmless incompletion, but a near pick there by Cedric Johnson for Bowie. Almost came up with it.
Martin's going to be punting from their own end zone here. Number 4 for the Volunteers, Osunde Brown, will be setting up for the return at about the Martin 40. Nope, he's moving up some more. He's going to be setting up at the 35. Bowie's going to get great field position again, provided everything goes smoothly on the Martin snap and kick here. Snap is clean. Punt is to the right side, and it gets away. Osunde Brown makes the catch and runs to the 30, the 35. He's got a crease 20, 15-yard line before he's finally brought down by the Warrior special teams unit. What a great play here. We're going to step aside and take a quick break here during the transition. This is high school football on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Back to Choctaw Stadium. First down and 10 at the 15. Bibbs back to pass. Great field position as they start in the red zone. Looking to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Volunteers. Guess who? Flag in the backfield at the 21. We may have to use your eraser here, Pops.
Yeah, I'm erasing it. That's too bad. That was exciting. One play, one toss to the end zone. We'll redo that first down. Hold on the play there. Backs the line of scrimmage up to the 25, 26-yard line. And we'll do it all again.
So first down from the 25. Let's see if we can find Mad Max again. This is going to be a run play, and basically almost all of those penalty yards are picked back up again.
That's Jaden Harper on the carry for the Volunteers. They seem to be platooning their running back situation tonight, sharing the duties among several players. Bibbs at quarterback and 24 Harper now toting the rock.
We'll bring up second down, and we'll call it 12 here as Bowie looks to take their first lead of the ball game. Martin got the ball to start the game and scored. And so far, all Bowie's been able to do is tie it. Looking for the lead here, and he had a man and just overthrew Kedrick Osunde Brown. Bowie sidelines anxiously anticipating what could come next.
Got to get to about the 9-yard line for a first down here.
Yeah, they can get a first down without getting the touchdown as they sub out here.
6:17 left in the half.
They're going with a triangle of receivers to the right, one man by himself to the left. Bibbs has a pocket, now time running out, steps away from one tackler, steps away from another, now he's going to take off and run. Hoping for first down yardage, he's got it and then some. Spinning away down to the 2-yard line, first and goal, Jaden Bibbs.
What an amazing athletic play there by Bibbs as number 11, Ahira Okafor, was steaming into the backfield, fixing to take out Bibbs, and he just ducked away and picked up an amazingly huge first down for the Volunteers.
So a first down and goal here as they bring in their jumbo package. This is a run play. Harper looking for a crease, and he's got it. Jaden Harper, touchdown Volunteers. Harper with the celebration down on the sidelines as he punches it in from 2 yards out. And Bowie takes their first lead of the evening. This was a 6-play drive spanning just 16 yards. Capitalized on the 2-yard run by Harper. As Espindola gets ready, there's a flag on the play. Classic South Drive summary. Next time you're ready to drive something new, call Yachty Pagan at 817-706-5679. Classic Chevrolet, relax and enjoy the difference. A 6-play, 16-yard drive capped off on a touchdown run. A new vantage point for Espindola's extra point attempt. A little further back, but it is still up and true. 5:49 to go in the half. Bowie up by 7. This is High School Football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
If you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle, then you need to see Yachty Pagan at Classic South in Euless. Yachty's a proud Arlington ISD product, a graduate of Lamar, and the voice of the Volunteers since 2021. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a seasoned buyer, or just looking to boost or rebuild your credit, Yachty's direct approach is why his customers become customers for life. Call or text 817-706-5679.
From the 20 to the 20 and behind the yellow. Anywhere else behind that, he's good.
Welcome back live here as the Martin Warriors come back onto the field.
They now find themselves trailing by 7, 21-14. And Bowie deferred out of the beginning of the game, so they get it to start the second half with just under 6 minutes to go until they go to the locker room, Pops. This is a big drive for Martin.
Yeah, Bowie has had another scoring drive. They're like a pick and a fumble and a scoring drive, a punt and a scoring drive. Pretty good offensive performance overall this evening.
Espindola getting ready to send it away. End over end, right down the middle. Caught at the 22 and now up the far sideline with some blocking. Who needs an offensive drive when you can take it all the way to the 12-yard line? A huge return, and it doesn't look like there's any flags as Dalen Cobb puts Martin in the red zone just like that.
Touchdown saving tackle by special teams unit Caleb Pfeiffer on that play. Number 17 for the Volunteers, but Martin is set up in fantastic field position to answer that Bowie touchdown.
And we knew that this was going to be a high-flying game. Both of these teams average over 40 points per game. But Bowie had been only allowing closer to 25, while Martin's defense had been allowing closer to 36. Right now, it's looking like first one to 50 wins this ball game. Three receiver set here as it's a direct snap, and Cobb, the intended recipient, and Bowie didn't like the set, so they will take a timeout. We'll take a short timeout with them and be back with more high school football on Zap after this. PDA Advocacy Group supports CCMR, college, career, military readiness, a set of educational standards designed to help students be better prepared for post-high school life. If college-bound, take entrance tests, dual credit courses, earn a 2-year degree prior to graduation. If you're going to a career, take classes that will result in industry certification, mechanic, computers, welding, etc. The options are vast. Military? Enlist in the armed forces as a career. CCMR, driving towards success in life. You get a fan's eye view here at Choctaw Stadium, and even then it's some pretty exclusive access. Alongside my pops Doug, I'm Zach Arnold. Down on the field is cameraman Cam Wilcox, showing you the line of scrimmage there as Martin gets ready to set up from the 10-yard line. Pops, I don't know about you, but that's a pretty cool point of view.
Yeah, I'm just checking out our cameraman. I see him down there on the sideline now.
Putting in work.
Great stuff.
Direct snap to the left, cutting back to the middle, and one play in. Martin, touchdown. Cobb able to quickly answer the Bowie score with a score of his own.
And, you know, Cobb really put some good moves on the Bowie defense. They've been playing solid run defense all evening, but Cobb able to move around the would-be tacklers and scoot into the end zone on that play.
They feign a two-point attempt.
They're just trying to get someone to jump off sides.
Now they're trying to go back. It's too late. It's too late. Yep, they're going to get flagged for 5 yards. Delay of game, and Martin will go back another 5. So number 24, whose name we still do not know, on for the extra point attempt for the Warriors. And the kick is good. We are all tied up at 21 here at Choctaw Stadium. We'll be back right after this. This broadcast is the intellectual property of Zach Arnold Productions. Any use of their multimedia, including audio, video, images, and other content, may not be repurposed without prior express consent of Zach Arnold Productions. We thank you for your cooperation and for tuning in to tonight's broadcast.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Back at Choctaw Stadium, tied up at 21 apiece with 5:05 to go until the break. We'll give you scores from around the district at halftime. As we get ready to bring you stats from this game, scores from around the area, as well as thoughts and analysis on this first half. A tightly contested edition of Thursday Night Lights as we're tied up at 21 apiece. This one's over the head of everybody, fielded inside the 10 after a couple of back pedals. And Bowie will probably have one of their worst starting field positions of the ball game, marked right at the 20-yard line.
Still 5:29 left in this half of play with the score all knotted up at 21. We've still got a lot of football to play here.
Plenty to play for, plenty to look at. I don't know why I thought it was 5:05. I need glasses. 5.5 minutes, 5:29.
Bowie starting this drive from their own 20.
Bibbs and company back out for another drive. Bibbs looking to pass, under pressure, gonna take off and run, and he's got some daylight. He's across the 40 and gonna meet a man at midfield. That's how you change the field position, a 29-yard scamper.
Yeah, finally pushed out of bounds on this near sideline by Kevin Grant for the Warriors, but a great play from first play from scrimmage for Bowie's Bibbs. I like that alliteration.
Bowie's Bibbs.
Yeah, that's good.
If he could sign an NIL contract in high school, the baby company would love to get in touch with him. Ponder with the handoff, and he's going to get popped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 on the play.
Jace Daniels right in Ponder's face before he could turn the corner, bringing him down for a 2-yard loss.
This is going to be a toss to the near sidelines. Not much doing, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage on the play there. And it'll bring up third down in about 10.
Oka Rofor on the tackle for the Warriors on that play, number 11, the senior linebacker.
Senior linebacker that just followed me on Twitter X not too long ago. It's always interesting when the competition follows you in order to keep up with if they're going to be on the broadcast or not. Shout out to number 11. Third down and 10 for the Vols here right around midfield. Triangle of receivers. Bibbs looking that right-hand side. Throwing over the top. Got a man in stride. No flags. Kedrick, Osunde, Brown behind the defense. Bowie, touchdown. Take a look at that instant replay as Osunde Brown gets behind the defense and scampers in for 6. Espindola coming on for the extra point attempt. He's been busy tonight. That kick is up and true. Classic South scoring drive. 4 plays, 80 yards covered. A 50-yard touchdown to Osunde Brown to cap it off. And Bowie is back in front here on the Zap Network, 28-21, a high-flying affair. Fun fact, Pops, those flags that you see out there at midfield are presented by Ika Signs. The second quarter is also presented by our friends at Ika Signs, and we'll say hello to them right now.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Ika Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Ika can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ikasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Ika Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
Welcome back to Choctaw Stadium. 28-21, your new score as Bowie gets out in front by 7. A high-flying affair here, and we're bringing you all the action. Just under 4 minutes to go until halftime. You can't help but wonder, Pops, how many more touchdowns you could get in the next 4 minutes. Martin still has all their timeouts. Bowie still has 2, plus the 2-minute timeout. We're just getting started here at Choctaw.
I was going to say, there's a lot of ball to play here just in this first half.
Line drive this time, fielded at the 24. Number 44, who we don't have his number on the roster, will take it across the 30 to about the 32, 33, and that's where Martin's next possession will start.
Hit that share button, fans, and get into the chat. Let us know who these players that were missing the numbers, and maybe somebody text Coach Rivas and say, hey, let's update that roster.
Let's get that roster adjusted a little bit there, Coach. He's in his 3rd year at the helm of Martin after being the offensive coordinator for 17 years under Coach Wager. He's in his 20th season at Martin High School. A seasoned veteran that now gets to manage his own program. Unfortunately, missed out on the postseason last year. Looking to rectify that this year. Got to get through Bowie first. Play action on the first play. The curl route is caught near the 40-yard line, a pickup of about 7 or 8, second and short. You get to see the line of scrimmage here on tonight's broadcast. A right down the middle vantage point here on the Zap Network. Our thanks to producer Jason Holly and our on-field cameraman Cam Wilcox on Cam 2. 2 men in motion, one to the slot, one to the backfield for the second down and short. This is a keeper. Cobb sheds a tackle. He's to midfield and more. He could go all the way. He's got that sprinter speed. Can they catch up to him? taking a defender all the way to the goal line. That is a Martin touchdown. Credit where credit is due. Cobb broke away. The Bowie defense charged to catch up to him, but Cobb with the speed, power, and versatility to punch it in for 6, and we are an extra point away from tying this thing up again.
Number 4, Demarius Hoy in the backfield by himself.
They may go for 2. They're going to attempt the actual 2-point attempt to the goal line, and it's good.
Direct snap to Kellen Davis at the line of scrimmage, and he scores.
Forget trying to tie this thing up. Martin with a 2-pointer to take a 29-28 advantage. We'll step aside real briefly and come back with more of this second quarter that I don't think is done scoring yet. Stick around, we'll find out.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
A 1-point advantage for the Martin Warriors, not only getting the big touchdown on the direct snap to number 6, Dalen Cobb, but also getting the 2-point conversion by Demarius Hoy, senior wideout, taking the direct snap on special teams. Martin back in front by a single point with 2:54 to go until halftime. This one's going to go over the head of everybody and out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. 57 total points in this first half alone.
It's been a real shootout. When it looks like Bowie's got the momentum heading their direction, Martin seems to be able to answer so far tonight. So Mo is just playing on both sides of the line of scrimmage tonight.
And it continues to swing every which way.
They're going to make them re-kick this one, Zach.
You get a look at Bowie head coach Joseph Sam, goes by Joe Sam. We'll get to hear a conversation with him during halftime. In his 5th year at the helm of Bowie High School, just recently promoted to athletic coordinator, which is a position he's held at previous institutions, and now gets to make his mark here at Bowie as well. Fun fact, Pops, he actually played collegiate baseball at Grambling State when he was in school.
That's cool.
So we're going to try to get him on one of our Bowie baseball broadcasts this spring if we can.
That'd be great.
Get
Pfeiffer and Harper back deep for the Vols for this re-kick. Yeah, baseball season, it's already on the horizon.
It's not too far away. We're already getting schedules and getting lined up for that as well.
Shout out to Coach Johnson for giving us some great Bowie swag in our ball caps we're wearing.
This line drive going over the head and going to get fielded at the 2. Oh, my goodness.
I hope that works out.
It probably won't. Bowie probably should have elected to take it at the 30 or 35, wherever the free kick out of bounds goes. This one is going to be inside the 15.
Yeah, brought down by LaShawn Tolbert for the Warriors on that special teams play. And that's going to have Bowie pinned pretty deep.
They still have 2 timeouts left and the 2-minute break that happens at the second and fourth quarters. As we take a look at the drill team getting ready for their halftime performance here at Choctaw Stadium. Bibbs stepping up. Hasn't had a great pocket tonight, but he does get the completion as the clock continues to roll.
That completion to number 13, Darian Carson for the Volunteers.
I'm glad you were able to see that. It looked like a 9 to me. I was like, we don't have a 19.
Sometimes those numbers get bunched up on those uniforms and they're hard to see.
Well, and I think I just need glasses too. Handoff up the middle. not much doing, and that may be the last play of the, well, not of the quarter.
To the 2-minute warning.
Until the 2-minute break.
What do we call it? 2-minute break, 2-minute warning, 2-minute timeout?
I think they call it the 2-minute timeout, and that is exactly what we are going to hit here at Choctaw Stadium. Bowie will face a second down when we come back here on the Zap Network. High school football presented by John Wade Roofing.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
The pride of the Bowie Volunteers getting ready for their halftime performance here at Choctaw Stadium. Fans, stick around for a very lively and entertaining halftime. We'll have scores from around the area, stats from this ball game, thoughts and analysis on this electric shootout between Bowie and Martin. Last year's game was 34-24. A little bit more defense than what's been on display so far tonight, Pops. Bibbs back to pass, wanting to go deep. He'll go to Mad Max along the sidelines, complete and out of bounds at the 44. Got the toe tap, got the first down, and got a little momentum as they're out of the shadow of their own goalpost now.
Bibbs seeing the field well, as Max was about his third check down on that play. The players running across the middle and deep were well covered by the Martin defense on that one, but Max hauls it in for a first down.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Bibbs with a 7-step drop over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Carson there, couldn't hook up with him.
Sunday Brown actually got some separation from his defender, but Bibbs was kind of locked in on Carson on that play. It's fun to watch the big perspective we get from the booth here at Choctaw. We can see everything unfold right before our eyes.
So it'll be second down and 10. 4 receivers rolling to the right to try to create some more time in the pocket, and Bibbs is just going to have to take off and scramble to midfield.
Well, Martin was bringing a blitz on that play, and 2 players got past the line of scrimmage and were chasing Bibbs out of the pocket, and he just had to scramble as the pocket collapsed on him.
It'll bring up third down, and we'll call it 5 as the offense comes set near midfield here. Clock continues to run as we hit a minute 20 to go here in the half. Bowie does get the ball to start quarter number 3, but they don't want to go to halftime trailing. They go with the swing pass, and it's caught for a loss. The receiver stumbled and didn't have time to turn upfield, and now Martin will take a timeout to try to preserve a little bit of clock and see if they can get a little bit more points. We'll take a short break and be back with the final 70 seconds of the first half here on Zap.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0393 or email orders@locallegendsfigures.com.
Welcome back to Choctaw Stadium as the Bowie Special Teams unit going to have to send this one away.
Number 4 deep for Martin, Demarius Hoy.
Converted the 2-pointer that's giving them the lead at the moment. Pau Gofia sends this one end over end inside the 30. It'll take a little bit of a Bowie bounce, and now a Martin roll and it'll get fielded with 1:01 to go until halftime. We'll see what Martin can do with that with 2 timeouts remaining. They'll have it at the 29, first down. So now DeVoll and company, 4 receivers set as he's looking to pass all the way. Man in his face, and he'll overthrow his intended target. No flags thrown as he got pummeled in the backfield, Pops.
Yeah, Cobb, the intended receiver on that play, but most likely because he was headed down on that tackle, the ball sailed a little bit beyond Cobb on that throw.
2nd down and 10, under a minute to go until the break. Cobb in motion, and he'll go to the top of your screen as they send in a new play call. About 15 to go on the play clock here. Coming to the near side and past the intended target. That is a wide pass and a 3rd down, and now Bowie trying to think about what to do. Can they get the ball back here on 3rd and long?
Yeah, with 2 timeouts and just under a minute to go, possibility is there. It's Martin, all of Martin's team looking to the sidelines for the signal coming in from the right. Which one of those 3 coaches is sending in the real signal over there?
2 receivers on each side. Now a man in motion to the open side of the field. They're looking that direction. DeVoll with a lob that's off of the fingertips of Cobb, his favorite target. And it is a quick 3 and out. Bowie will get it back with a couple of timeouts and 49 seconds to go on the game clock.
Yeah, switching out personnel here, and Sunday Brown drops deep for Bowie. He'll be at about his own 35-yard line here. Dangerous player if he gets his hands on the ball with a little bit of a seam. Could set up Bowie in good field position.
If he fields this at all, Bowie could have it near midfield. Low snap, high kick. Fair catch called for at the 34-yard line, and that will be Bowie's next possession. We'll keep it right here at Choctaw Stadium. We've paid all the bills, Pops. Let's just keep it here as we get ready for this first half. What have been your impressions of this first half of football? Might be the most exciting game we've called so far this year.
Yeah, lots of offense, lots of scoring here tonight. I mean, we've seen, like you said earlier, we've seen some turnovers, and that has stopped some good drives for both teams tonight. But it's been an exciting, entertaining ball game. Certainly a contrast from Bowie's game plan last week, where it was run the ball consistently, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. This has been a more high-flying affair for sure.
That's Leo Espindola down there on the sidelines, wondering if he'll get an opportunity for a last-second field goal before the half. Bibbs and company with it at the 34-yard line with a couple of timeouts in their back pocket. He's going on the wheel route to Harper, who's got it up the 50 and scampers out of bounds. That's first down yardage as he's got it into Martin territory. That's a first down for the Volunteers. 38 seconds to go until the half.
Doing a good job of getting out of bounds on that play to stop the clock and preserve as much time as they can to get this drive mounted as they're into Warrior territory.
3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Bibbs looking to that top, scrambling. Now he's got some open field. He'll take off and run. Does not get out of bounds, and Coach Sam will quickly call a timeout after that quarterback scramble. They're going to have to reset the game clock as it trickled down a couple more seconds. We'll see exactly how much time they give them in just a moment here. But there is under 30 seconds to go until halftime now. Right now the clock shows 27. I think it should be closer to 29. Bowie with 1 timeout remaining in the half. As we try to see if they can take the lead before the break. Espindola getting warm on the sidelines.
Great shot there by Cam, the cameraman.
I keep wanting to think of like a mnemonic like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Cam, the cameraman.
We don't pay you to sing here on Zach.
Hey, I am Zach the Voice, you know.
This is true.
I keep waiting for like a contestant to be named Zach and compete on the singing show, The Voice.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
somebody like hops on, they're like trying to find it, and they're like, oh, darn it, somebody else already has that name. 4 receivers on that open side now as Bibbs steps up in the pocket. He'll take off and run. Nobody covering him. He'll scamper for 20-plus yards deeper into Martin territory. Nobody's accounting for Jaden Bibbs' legs, Pops. That's the second 20-plus yard run he's had tonight in this first half alone.
Yeah, Martin needs a spy on Bibbs for sure because he's had a lot of open ground in front of him tonight to pick up some big yardage.
Clock goes down to 23 seconds after that scamper. Probably need another 10 yards or so, maybe 15 before they can get into Espindola's field goal range. Still got a timeout in their back pocket. Play call comes in with about 12 seconds on the play clock. 4 receivers set here. Bibbs passing the whole way. Going across the middle, looking for Harper over the top, and the flag's going to be thrown. Martin defense couldn't catch up to speedy number 24 who was running up the seam, and it will be a fresh set of downs for the Volunteers.
And that should move the Volunteers into that field goal range you were talking about for Espindola, but they've got a fresh set of downs to work with in 18 seconds and another timeout. A lot of options for Coach Sam here as the first half comes to a close.
This is going to be a rollout. Bibbs is just going to have to take it out of bounds. 11 seconds on the clock now as number 2 gets ready for the next play. They are in field goal range, and they're going to hold on to that timeout in case there's a sack. But you've got Osunde Brown, you've got Mad Max, you've got A.J. Burdo, who's been quiet tonight, and you've got Harper with some speed out of the backfield. Bibbs rolling to his left now, looking for the corner, going in Osunde Brown's direction. He's got it. Touchdown, Volunteers. 6 seconds to go until the break, and they're able to connect for 6. Do we have an instant replay? We do. Bibbs lobbing it in Osunde Brown's direction and connecting for the score. And now number 4 out there to hold the extra point attempt as Bowie able to potentially have the last word. We'll have to wait and see. 6 seconds, anything can happen in this game, it seems, Pops. Espindola, instead of needing to kick for 3, he's able to kick for 1. And your new score, Bowie 35, Martin 29. That classic South drive summary, they started at their own 34-yard line, covered 66 yards in just over 2 minutes, resulting in a 6-yard touchdown to Kedrick Osunde Brown. That's our classic South drive summary. The next time you're ready to drive something new, contact Yadi Pagan at 817-706-5679. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference. Pops, are you relaxing and enjoying the broadcast? Because I sure am.
This has been a fun, exciting ballgame. I can't even imagine keeping it this pace in the second half.
At this point, it could come down to stamina. It could come down to who has the ball last. It could come down to a myriad of things, and we get to cover all of it here on the Zap Network. I'm so excited for that.
Getting some good crowd shots from our camera, too. Roaming camera. Cam, the cameraman. Cam, the cameraman. Here on Pink Out Night, supporting cancer awareness for the Volunteers. It looks like it's pink out night for the Martin Warriors, too, as you look on the other side of the field here, and there's a lot of pink over there, including the cheerleaders for Martin.
We've got a comment from Sean in the chat. Class of 04 from Bowie, watching in San Antonio. Good to see streaming for AISD Sports again. Used to work for Penny Entertainment from 04 to 07, as this one's a live ball that Martin just barely falls on at the 45-yard line. They almost had a chance for a Hail Mary with 5 seconds left,
yeah.
Pops.
Yeah, Coach Sam was pretty fired up about that play. He wanted that ball.
Also got a comment saying that Burdo is hurt, which I had not been made aware of.
You know, I was thinking I was missing my favorite player, Antonio Burdo.
We hadn't seen him, and now we know why.
I didn't want to mention it in case that was the case.
Well, we're looking forward to whenever he's able to return. And, you know, Harper has come in and gotten some valuable reps, and Mad Max and Osunde Brown are leading the charge. So, you know, he's obviously missed, but it's also that next man up mentality.
You can see the prevent defense.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deep as Martin's content to just try a running play and see if they can get some downfield blocking. And they just might. No time left on the clock, though. That will be the final play of an exciting and electric first half of play. Bowie able to get the last word in as that 6-yard score to Osunde Brown puts them up by 6, 35-29, and they get it to start the second half. The halftime show presented by Taqueria Taco Express will be coming up right after this. But first, enjoy a word that we got to have with Coach Sam at the beginning of the season. We'll also have some stats and scores and analysis of this fun first half. So don't go anywhere. Thanks so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast.
2025 football season is upon us, and I'm here with Bowie head coach Joseph Sam. Do you go by Joe Sam or Joseph Sam? Does it depend on if you're friends with them or not?
Yeah, you know, most people only call me by my first name. Either they don't know me or I'm in trouble. So
okay, I'm that way too. I go by Zach, but if I'm in trouble, my mom calls me Zachary. Yeah. So I get it. You had a really fun 2024 season, claiming the district championship, making it to the area round further than any other team in the district. Mm-hmm. How did that season feel? Did it feel like a turning point for your program, or was it the expectation all along?
I mean, you always make it the expectation. You know, one thing we preach in our program is our goal is to play 16 weeks. Because if you can play 16 weeks, week 16 is you're playing for it all. And so, you know, we definitely are taking steps in the right direction in accomplishing that goal. And kind of like I told the guys at our first day of fall camp, you know, last year's seniors, that was their legacy. And you know, they've elevated the program to a new level. And so, but the process of how we go about things stays the same, which is, you know, focusing on how to be 1-0 every week, you know, be 1% better in everything that we do, whether it's the weight room, classroom, or at home and on the field.
In a previous interview, you talked about going from hunter to hunted.
Yeah.
What does that look like in the locker room, on the practice field? Now that you've got that district championship trophy, does the perspective shift any as far as people trying to come at you and give it everything they've got now?
Yeah. One thing I told the kids is that, you know, you're everybody's Super Bowl now. And so, but the process of how we do things stays the same. You just got to understand you're going to get everybody's best punch.
Right.
And so, and doing that, one thing we've said is you can either be the hunted and be defensive, which you're hiding out, doing those things, or you can stay on the offensive. And so if we stick to our process, you know, you want to be offensive even though you're the hunted, because eventually somebody's going to find you and catch you if you start to get conservative and start changing the way you do things.
Right. You're coming into your 5th season now. You've got a whole graduating class under your belt. Is the approach to introducing the schemes any different now that you've got kids that have basically been brought up in your system now?
No. The only real difference is, you know, the kids uphold the standard a little bit more.
Right.
You know, you kind of put the onus on the older kids to teach the young kids. And so, your culture's shifting when the kids are starting to, say the same things you're saying before it even gets to you.
Right. And
we're not all the way there yet, but I can definitely, that was one thing that last year's senior class was good at. And this class is, it's one of those deals where now since you're a senior, they're starting to come out their shells and different things like that. And so that's the biggest thing that I would say is that you want to see that culture, the upholding of the culture. You're still teaching as a coaching staff, but you want to see the kids start to uphold the standard without you having to be there all the time.
Take a little ownership of the program.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like that ownership looks like into this coming season? You lost a lot of skilled players. You lost a lot of leadership to graduation. A lot of them going on to some really great things at the collegiate level. What kind of ownership expectations do you have for the senior class, and is there anybody in particular that's been taking more ownership of that lately?
Yeah, so I can start just who's been taking ownership. Quarterback on offense has been our quarterback, Jaden Bibbs. Our receivers, our returning receivers, and Antonio Berto, Kedrick Sunday Brown. You also have Maxwell Nichols, who's one of the young receivers that's kind of been stepping up. Ponder's kind of your quiet leader, where he doesn't say a whole lot, but he kind of shows the way more than tells the way.
By example.
On the O-line, we're breaking in 5 new starters, which isn't always ideal.
Wow.
But Johnny Campos is kind of one of the hardest working kids in the program. And so kids naturally follow him just because of that reason. And then on defensively, we have 7 returners coming back, which is a great thing.
Right.
And you have kids such as Kevin Baines, Galatians Payagofia, Bryson Castile. Can't even think of his name right now. Joseph Williams and Marquis Haynes. Those kind of kids are starting to teach it. They're the ones teaching it on the defensive side of the things.
That's cool.
And so it's a great thing seeing it happen. Their methods aren't always. I think the biggest thing that we're trying to teach them is that the method of doing it sometimes isn't always the best.
Right.
But the fact that they're trying to hold kids to a standard, is the thing that you admire as a coach.
For you personally, you finished last season 22-22 overall at Bowie High School. What kind of personal motivation is there to finish this season above 500?
None. If you want me to be honest, because if I'm building these kids the right way as people, the winning takes care of itself.
Right.
And so what people have seen, though, is a constant progression in the right direction.
Right.
And so we just want to keep that rolling and keep that going. Because, like I said, if I can focus on building better people, wins take care of themselves.
There has been a little bit of coaching turnover with your staff. Can you talk about some of the new additions and what you feel like they're going to be able to contribute to the program this year?
Yeah, so I'll start with Joe Martin being the new defensive coordinator. He was the linebacker coach on staff. He actually, when I left to go take my first head coaching job in Houston, he actually took over as defensive coordinator at Mansfield Legacy.
Okay.
And so he's been in the job before. He's done a great job. The great thing about that defense side of the ball is that, in my opinion, every defensive position coach is essentially a coordinator. Like Coach Campbell's our special teams coordinator, and then the other, you have Donovan Wright, who's our run game coordinator. You have Val Jackson, who's our pass game coordinator, who was a defensive coordinator at one point in time. So it was kind of hard to make the choice, but obviously you got to make the choice. But the great thing is that there's no egos in that room.
Right.
And so offensively, we hired a new O-line coach and Jonathan Cruz. He's not new to Arlington. He was the co-offensive coordinator and assistant head coach at Sam Houston under Anthony Chris.
Okay. And
so he's kind of brought a new energy. He's a great teacher of the game, and the kids have naturally gravitated to him, which has been a great thing. And he's him and Coach Williams do a great job because Cruz is the energy guy, and Coach Williams is kind of the stoic, O-line coach, the steady rock. but they'll switch in a heartbeat. I've seen that happen as well. And then we have Brinson Johnson, our receiver coach. He's a former college. He's coming from the college ranks back to high school.
Oh, wow.
In Mississippi. So having him kind of be that guy to lean on to where kids can kind of see what the coaching looks like on the college level, and bringing it back to the high school level. He's got an energy. I like him because he's got the country boy in him, like myself, and so he's energetic, funny. Him and Coach Crowdis are probably the funniest two guys on staff, but they both have great energy that the kids can feed off of.
Right.
And then last but not least is Devin Langston. He came from South Grand Prairie.
Okay.
And so he was the receiver coach at South Grand Prairie. Now he's coaching running backs here. He's a former college athlete as well. And the great thing about my staff is that everybody on staff was a college athlete in some form. So
capacity.
that's a great attribute to have.
Sure.
So with him, he played football at North Texas. He's got great energy. He's young when it comes to experience, but he's not young when it comes to being able to relate to kids and teaching the schemes and things like that. So he's been a great addition as well.
That's got to be some great knowledge to be able to lean on when you're delegating responsibilities and know that everybody on staff has an understanding of what it takes to be a college athlete because they've been there. That kind of mentorship for your students has to be super valuable.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing that you want to look for. Not saying that that's a prerequisite.
Sure.
But having that, you've been a college athlete in some form, including myself, it just allows the kids to see people that have made it to that next level, know what it takes, and knows the mindset that you have to have. So when you're asking kids to do stuff, not saying that every kid in our program is going to make it to the next level, but those that want to, they have 16 grown men. Because even our strength coach, Coach Kitchen, played college football on the next level as well. So all our kids have somebody to look to when it comes to the work ethic, the mentality, and just the day-to-day operation of what it takes to get to that level.
Talking a little bit more about the students, you just recently became the boys athletic coordinator for the whole school. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Secondly, what kind of things would you like to do to help influence the overall culture of Bowie and Bowie athletics with this new position?
So my goal with this new position is I was already growing kids and coaches, and I was in this position when I was in Houston. So the big deal is to bring a sense of community and culture amongst all sports.
Right.
And so that's the biggest deal. And when you bring that community and culture along with it, is going to come some accountability.
Sure.
And so my deal is making sure the coaches are doing right by kids. And the same philosophy I have with the coaches on the football staff is the same accountability I'm going to have with every coach on campus, which is, focus more on the person than the sport, because obviously you wouldn't be here coaching if you didn't love the sport.
Right.
But if kids leave here and don't understand the life lessons of the sport, what sports teach, in my opinion, we fail kids. The funny thing is actually yesterday I ran into an old player of mine at Mansfield Legacy at the gym when I was working out, and we spent 10, 20 minutes just talking about, he didn't want to talk to me. We didn't talk about old times with football. We just talked about the old times of what we did in the locker room and things that he had going on, and he was still asking me for advice. And so it's kind of cool to see, kids graduate, leave you, and, they still call and text and ask you for advice on things. So it makes your cup feel full when those kind of things happen.
Welcome into the Taqueria Taco Express halftime show here at Choctaw Stadium. Alongside my pops, Doug, I'm Zach Arnold. Pops, this has got to have been one of the most high-flying, exciting first halves of football we have seen at least in the last year, maybe within the last couple of years.
Yeah, I haven't seen this many points on the scoreboard in a month of Sundays in this game. It's been a fun ball game. I can't imagine what's in store for us here in the second half.
Both coaches making halftime adjustments, both with the understanding that Bowie gets it to start the third quarter. It should be a lot of fun. Taqueria Taco Express can solve any Mexican food craving with 5 convenient locations and a 6th one opening soon. Solving those cravings has never been easier. Be sure to visit them on Taco Tuesday for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Order online to collect points for free food. Download their app or visit taqueriatacoexpress.com. Pops, I just found out on their Instagram page as I was driving over here today, they're actually getting ready to open a 7th location in South Arlington.
Where are they going to put another one? They've got one out by the airport. They've got one in Grand Prairie. They've got one at Little and I-20. I wonder where this one's going to go. Maybe it's closer to my house.
There's one opening in Mansfield as well off of 287. Let me see if I can find their post. It's crazy how much exposure they're getting here on the Zap Network as well as in the community.
Well, I tell you, they're not just an advertiser. We use Taqueria Taco Express. They have some great food that we have actually eaten multiple times for birthday parties. They catered your wedding rehearsal dinner. I mean, they're just fantastic people.
They are coming to Collins and Arkansas.
That's over by Sam.
That's real close to Sam Houston.
That's where I work.
That's a stone's throw from other parts of East Arlington as well. Yeah, they're coming into the heart of some of the Hispanic community over there at 2300 South Collins at Collins and Arkansas.
That sounds like it's right there by Town Talk, the discount grocery store.
Yes.
That's on my way home. Thank you. Taco gods, I appreciate it. This Mom better watch out. Dinner's coming from Taqueria Taco Express.
What's your favorite thing to get over there? I usually go for the barbacoa, but the carne asada fries are also a personal favorite of mine.
I like the birria tacos that you dip in that hot sauce.
The consomme.
Yeah, ooh, that's good stuff.
Well, let's stop talking about food before we get too hungry and start talking about this game.
I haven't had dinner tonight.
A lot of hungry players out there on the field that are showing up in the stats book. The Dallas Morning News is here covering the game tonight. Right now, Bowie has 323 yards of offense in the first half. Martin pushing 200 at 191, but a lot of it has come through yards after the catch. A lot of it has come through some solid rushing. They're averaging 6.5 yards per rush right now. And so, Martin doing what they can to keep pace with Bowie, but right now the Volunteers are out passing and out rushing and are winning the turnover battle 2-1.
Well, 2 touchdowns by Mad Max, a 70-yard touchdown pass, a 45-yard, 2 by Osunde Brown, a 50-yarder, and then a 6-yard run, and another one by Harper. That's where all that scoring for Bowie is coming from so far tonight.
Yep.
It's just been an offensive explosion.
Bibbs is also the leading rusher in this game, 10 attempts for 73 yards on all those quarterback scrambles. Right now, he is the leading rusher ahead of Dalen Cobb, who has 66 yards on 5 carries. He's got 2 of Martin's touchdowns as Duvall doing what he can, but he's just 4 of 13 with 1 touchdown pass and 2 interceptions. This is a crazy 13 of 23 through the air for Jaden Bibbs, 226 yards, 4 touchdowns to 1 interception. That is some players' entire game.
Yeah.
This is Bibbs' first half.
Well, I want to give credit to the play calling of Coach Chad Rivas for Martin when they got that touchdown late in the second quarter there, where they went for 2. They weren't just satisfied to go up by 1 touchdown. They wanted to go up by 2 scores, basically, and they got it.
They did, yeah. They took that extra 1 extra point to try to give them just that little bit more of a cushion. But Bowie, with a no-quit attitude, forcing a punt, getting the ball back with under 2 minutes to play, and marching down the field and getting that last-second touchdown to Kedrick Osunde-Brown, that's giving them a big momentum boost going into the break. Instead of trying to find an answer and play from behind, you're now playing with a little bit of house money and get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch. As you're watching on the screen there, the Bowie Volunteer Band is performing. The Bowie Bells are on the field right now. We hope you're enjoying the video feed tonight. We brought you an extra layer of video feed tonight with Cam, the cameraman, on the sideline with another camera tonight. This has just been a fun first half of not only football, but development for the Zap Network.
Yeah, a reminder, fans, that we are going to be unveiling a lot of special things on next week's game when the Bowie Volunteers play the Arlington Colts. Those are the two teams in the district that we cover, which gives us the opportunity to consolidate resources. We have interns that are helping us out this season. We have our producer, Jason Holly, who is here tonight helping with the video component of things. And we're going to be having all hands on deck in next week's game, where we may not have just 2 cameras. We may have 3 cameras if we can play our cards right. So that is definitely one to put on your calendar for next week. If you can't make it out to UTA Maverick Stadium for a big district tilt, be sure to tune in here on the Zap Network.
It's going to be a fun. We got one more game tomorrow night with the Arlington Colts and the Sam Houston Texans playing each other.
And we'll be back here at Choctaw Stadium.
Right in this same venue. The 2 oldest teams in town, their rivalry goes back to the 60s. Sam Houston was instituted in 1964. Arlington decades before that. So a revival of a crosstown rivalry there tomorrow night right here at Choctaw Stadium.
Javian Jones-Priest with 6 carries for 33 yards for the Warriors and a touchdown as well. Jaden Harper with a touchdown run on the ground for the Volunteers. Cobb with 2 catches for 86 yards and the lone receiving score. But then you take a look at what the Bowie receiving corps has been up to, and it's just ridiculous. 5 catches for 122 yards, an average of 24 yards per catch for Mad Max, and 2 touchdowns. Osunde Brown, 5 catches, 71 yards, an average of 14 yards per catch, and 2 touchdowns. Harper with a couple of catches out of the backfield for 22 yards. He's averaging 11 yards per catch. Basically, every time a Bowie receiver gets it, it's a first down and then some.
That's a great consistency seen in the execution of the play calling from Coach Sam. Bowie band setting up for their show. Both of the bands are getting close to their UIL competitions coming up soon. They're going to give us a little taste of what they're going to present at competition, as it's pink out night here for both Bowie and Martin. You may be able to see the drums over in the top right corner, all covered in pink plastic on their drum set. The tubas have pink stickers, pink ribbon stickers on their tuba bells. It's been a fun night. Zach, we want to look at some scores around the area?
Surprisingly, there's quite a few scores
being
that
a
are happening on a Thursday night lights.
Yeah,
let's look at the scoreboard report presented by Eka Signs.
Yeah, we're going to look up at the sign, and Eka Signs is going to give us a few scores here on Thursday night. We mentioned there's a game going on across town on the campus of Martin High School, but it's Seguin hosting Argyle tonight, and at the half, Argyle is up 21-9 over the Cougars. The Haltom Buffaloes are playing at the Gopher Warrior Bowl tonight, and Haltom is up 35-13 at the half over the Gophers. And over at UTA Stadium, Lamar is hosting South Grand Prairie, and South is up at the half 34-0 on the Vikings.
South is up 34-0.
Yeah, a little bit surprising there.
That is not the score I was expecting, especially with how competitive Lamar was, losing by just 1 point to Haltom, defeating these Martin Warriors who are in a dogfight right now with Bowie. It's so fascinating to see the shake-up happening in the district, because only 4 teams are going to the postseason, and right now we have no clue those 4 teams will be. South may be one of them, and who knows, maybe they'll actually avoid playing Lake Highlands, because they've done that probably about 4 or 5 years in a row, drawing the Wildcats in the first round. So as we get closer to playoffs, we'll also take a look at our counterparts in District 7-6A and see what our potential matchups might be in those ball games. But right now, South looks like the clear favorite. But then you take a look at Martin, Bowie, Arlington, Lamar, Haltom. There's so many other teams that have the potential to go.
Yep, they're all,
and only 3 we'll get to.
they're all hanging around right in the middle there. Arlington and Sam will play tomorrow night, so Arlington looking to bounce back from that loss against South.
And we'll have that game right here on the Zap Network.
Yeah, one other game in the area of interest that is happening tonight. Mansfield High School is at Crowley tonight, and Mansfield is up 7-0 at the halftime. I worked for 25 years in Mansfield ISD, and I haven't had a chance to tell you this yet, but I have the honor on November 1st of emceeing the Mansfield ISD Athletic Hall of Fame ceremony.
Wow.
I got to do that last year, and my friend Don Mayu Smith texted me this afternoon and asked if I could do it again, and I'm really looking forward to that opportunity. It was a great time honoring some great athletes and coaches from Mansfield ISD Athletics.
Well, we get to give a lot of honor and props to the young men that are putting a lot of effort and energy into this ball game as well. But that is a really, really great opportunity, Pops. I'm excited for you. And we're excited to have John Nelson on the call for tomorrow night's broadcast, a legend in his own right. We talk about local legends here on the program. John Nelson has been a longtime supporter of what we do after being a part of AISD Telecable back in the 80s. And he does some stuff for Irving ISD as well, but when he's not over in Irving, he is representing AISD here on the Zap Network. So we're looking forward to having him on the call tomorrow night.
You know what's fun about watching John Nelson work? I got to call a game with him several weeks ago at UTA Stadium. The man comes prepared like no one I've ever seen. The notes that he has, the history he goes into on the teams and the players, and the notes that he takes in game is just impeccable. And it was a whole lot of fun to watch the man work and call the game as expertly as he did that night. I was just felt like I was in the presence of greatness all night.
We're in the presence of greatness here tonight as well. We've said all the things that we need to say, and the Bowie Band is still out there as the teams are in their respective end zones getting warmed up for the second half. We'll let you watch the remainder of this performance, and then we'll come back with some expectations for the second half as we get ready for the third quarter. The halftime show presented by Taqueria Taco Express. Both teams have taken the field, and we are getting ready to start the second half here at Choctaw Stadium. Texas High School football on the ZAP Network is presented by John Wade Roofing, Arlington's favorite roofer since 1982. Look them up online at johnwaderoofing.com. They also do gutters, painting, solar, soffit repairs, and more. So look them up online to find out exactly how much more. Jonathan Mosley on top camera 1. Cameron Wilcox on camera 2. Jason Holly, the video producer. And alongside producer and color commentator, my pops Doug, to my left, I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you this District 8-6A game that has had turnovers. It's had interceptions, fumbles, you name it. It's had big touchdown passes. It's had a big catch and run that went for, I want to say, 70 yards. This has been a high-flying affair.
We had a beautiful rainbow pass for 70 yards from Bibbs to Mad Max.
And now it'll be the Bowie offense that gets things started here in the third quarter. Text your group chat, let them know, as Martin's going to start with an onside kick, and it'll go out of bounds. So Bowie will get it right near midfield to start the third quarter. Coach Reeves was going to try to get the ball back as soon as he could. I like the gutsy play call, just did not go in Martin's favor.
Yeah, it's a low percentage play, trying to catch somebody off guard like that. But it sets up the Bowie offense in a really good position to score here first in the second half.
Hit that share button, folks. Send it to your group chat. Send it to social media. It'll be a 5-yard penalty from where the ball went out of bounds, so it'll actually move it into plus territory. This drive will start at Martin's 47-yard line. Bibbs with 4 touchdown passes already, and he's going to hand it off here to the near side. One tackle is shaken, and that's a pickup of about 9 on the play. I want to say that's Ponder on the carry, and it may be enough for a first down. That was a pickup of 11, not 9.
Yeah, it was Ponder on the carry, finally brought down by Kevin Grant here on the near sideline, but not before they moved the sticks for the Volunteers.
They're going to go with a 2 tight end set here with 2 receivers, 1 left and 1 right, possibly part of the halftime adjustments, as Ponder's going to take off, bounces it outside, and he's got a little bit of space out in the corner. A pickup of 11 on the first carry, a pickup of 8 on the second carry, and Bowie is inside the 30 on just 2 plays.
Yeah, ridden out of bound by Bryson Taylor on that one for the Warriors. But again, like you said, 2 really good pickups right out of the gate.
It'll be second and short as a third receiver comes onto the field. That is Harper in the backfield. Mad Max by himself to the left. Osunde Brown, the slot to the right. Bibbs will give it to Harper, and he'll bounce off of his own man before he's wrapped up by 3 Martin defenders.
Yeah, met right at the line of scrimmage there by the Martin front defensive line there. The third down and short for the Volunteers.
Carson, the other wide receiver out there. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 2 now for the Vols. Swing pass. Mad Max has it, and he's got the first down and more. Inside the red zone before he's finally shoved out of bounds.
Jace Daniels with the saving tackle there to get Mad Max out of bounds, but not before another Bowie first down inside the red zone here for the Volunteers to open the second half.
Down to the 17. They lead it by 6. Looking for more as we go under 10 minutes here in the third quarter. 2 to the left and the right. Aiden Rondon also out there for the Volunteers. Bibbs play action over the top, wide open. Darian Carson, touchdown, Volunteers. And we'll take a look at the instant replay there as Carson just went over the top and nobody followed him. That's an easy pitch and catch as they deke out the safety for the score. Espindola getting ready to come on. Osunde Brown, the holder, high snap, but the kick is true. Your new score with 9:38 to go in the third. Bowie 42, Martin 29. High school football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be back right after this.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, ICA Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, ICA can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ICASigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's IKASigns.com/shop. ICA Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com. Welcome back to Choctaw Stadium. The spirit group for the Bowie Volunteers saying hello from the sidelines. And we're saying hello from the broadcast booth. 42-29, the new score, as Martin took a gamble on an onside attempt, ended up giving Bowie a short field, and they take advantage of it. Fair catch is going to be called for at the 31-yard line. This drive started at the opposing 47, covered all 47 yards in 6 plays. The final one, a 16-yard pitch and catch from Bibbs to Carson. That's our Classic South Drive summary. The next time you're ready to drive something new, contact Yachty Pagan at 817-706-5679. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference. Speaking of Yachty, he's in the chat here on the YouTube channel giving us updates on the score back at Maverick Stadium. SGP now up 44-0 on Lamar. Pops, Jot and I got to see South Grand Prairie 2 weeks ago. They have an electric running game. Can't help but wonder if that may be Lamar's Achilles heel, is run defense. Speaking of run, this is a run of about 2 yards from the 31 to the 33 to start the next drive for Martin, who now play with the largest point differential of the game. It's always been maybe a 7 to 8 point swing, and now Bowie finds themselves ahead by 13. Pistol look, looking to the left, now coming back right, and that pass way too high.
Yeah, over the outstretched arms of Malik Mason there for the Martin Warriors. Ball sailed on the quarterback.
5 turnovers committed by Lamar in that ball game is what Yachty says.
5 turnovers by Lamar? That seems...
A couple of fumbles and a couple of interceptions. Third down and 8 here as Lamar, Martin. We keep talking about Lamar.
Got Lamar on the brain, yeah.
That is an opponent for both Bowie and Arlington High on the horizon. Teams that we will be covering. Play action here, one-on-one, got a man beat and hits him in stride. On 3rd and long, Martin connects for a touchdown. Who else? Dalen Cobb on the go route, and he goes in for 6.
That was a pretty looking pass.
He just ran straight down the sidelines, Pops. The game is on a little bit of a delay, and I was able to go back and look at the delay. He just ran straight ahead. And when you're just outrunning everybody, it becomes easy for a player like Chase Duvall to just put it up there and hope that it lands in the right breadbasket. It does, and Martin is right back in it. Extra point is true. It's now 42-36. High-flying affair continues here on the Zap Network right after this.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346. Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions. With locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield, solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Back to live action here at Choctaw Stadium. Pops Martin tried an onside attempt to start this third quarter, and Bowie was able to capitalize. Do they try another onside here to try to get the ball back? We're about to find out as they do send this away.
And out of bounds.
And out of bounds. We'll see if they back them up 5 yards and make them do it again. That seems to have been the trend so far this evening.
Looks like we're just going to take it where it is this time.
So Bowie's next possession will start at the 30-yard line, first down. 5 touchdown passes so far for Jaden Bibbs. Pops, I'm going to put the over-under at 7.5. How many do you think he gets?
There's just no telling with the way the trends have been going in this game. Cobb just hits a long touchdown pass for the Warriors. Bibbs has been on point all night. I just wonder, did the defenses answer the call for the bus tonight?
2 to the right, 1 to the left as this handoff will go up the middle. And it's good for a first down, pickup of about 10 or 11. Good first down pickup there as it moves the chains. Another handoff up the middle across the 45 to the 46. And as long as Bowie is able to play in front of the sticks, Pops, I say keep running it.
Yeah, it takes time off the clock, keeps that clock running, and as long as Bowie stays out in front of this one, they're in good shape.
Under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. There's already been 2 touchdowns in 4 minutes of gameplay. Ponder, handoff on the sweep to the left, splits the defenders, makes it to midfield, leans forward, and it may be a half a yard short. Third down and inches here with the ball standing just above the Choctaw C logo at midfield. Bibbs looking for the play call to the sidelines. 10 on the play clock on this big third down. Martin brings 2 extra men, but it's not going to be enough. Harper outrunning everybody down to the 21-yard line. First down, Volunteers. Correction, that's a big run by Javon Floyd, the senior running back, number 29, scampering ahead for a Bowie first down. Everybody's getting a piece of the action tonight. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Darian Carson, wide out ride. Bibbs looking to that left-hand side, going on the go route, having to come back, and making the catch, says the headlinesman. First and goal, Bowie at the 2. Took a little while to officially declare it a catch. An acrobatic effort that leaves the receiver down on the far sidelines. We'll take a short break while they tend to him. High school football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Mad Max Nichols giving it all for this Bowie Volunteer team tonight, Pops. Makes the great catch inside the 5-yard line and is able to make his way off the field under his own power, albeit a little bit gingerly. We'll try to keep our eye on him as best we can as the evening progresses. But it is a first and goal for the Volunteers at the 2-yard line. Punch, counter punch this entire ball game. Team breaks the huddle and charges to the line. This is the jumbo formation. And they're going to have to burn a timeout here as they just could not quite get the formation they were looking for. We'll take a timeout with them. Bowie knocking on the doorstep when we come back with high school football on Zap.
Need a cleanup that's easier than finding your seat on game day? Trinity Logistics Services has you covered. Whether it's your home or your business, Trinity will drop off and pick up the dumpster. No hassle, no mess. Founded by Arlington's own Chet Soto, class of '97, Trinity Logistics Services is proud to serve their hometown. Call 817-693-1302 and let's tackle your next project together.
Coming back to live action, the jumbo set comes back out onto the field. This is a handoff to the left side, to the goal line, and he's going to be stopped short. Javon Floyd on the handoff. He'll pick up a yard and get it from the 2 to the 1. They'll keep the extra tight ends and extra fullbacks. Pau Gofi, one of them. Harper's going to try it this time, and no, that's Ponder, and he's in for the Bowie touchdown. Denzel Ponder, from a yard out, extends the Bowie lead. It's now 48-36. That play encapsulating 7 plays starting at the 30-yard line, so they were averaging 10 yards per play as they covered 70 yards, finishing it off with a 1-yard Ponder touchdown. That is the Classic South drive summary. The next time you're ready to drive something new, you know who to call. Yadi Pagan at 817-706-5679. Classic South, relax and enjoy the broadcast. I know we are. Back after this.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com. Welcome back to Choctaw Stadium. Alongside my pops Doug, I'm Zach Arnold. Bowie with a 49-36 lead after the Ponder 1-yard touchdown run. 5:56. We're only halfway through this third quarter, Pops, and there's no telling just how high the scoring can go in this game. That ball is caught at the 34-yard line and then taken out of bounds by Kevin Grant. Probably would have been better letting it go out of bounds and get the extra 5 yards after the free kick out of bounds, but Martin will get it back.
I think it was a wise play to go ahead and take that one because there were so many Bowie special teams players close enough to it they could have turned it into a virtual onside kick had they been able to catch it themselves. Playing it safe there, Kevin Grant.
So that'll be a 34-yard line starting up for the Warriors. First play is a pass, swing out to the right-hand side. A little bit of space and across midfield. Cobb having himself a night.
Finally slung down across the field by number 1, Bryson Castile.
And there is big number 7, Mad Max, getting loose on the sidelines. That's a very good sign to see as number 7 recovering after probably just having the wind knocked out of him on that last drive, but that big catch resulted in a Bowie touchdown 2 plays later. Handoff this time. Javian Jones-Priest taking it for, I want to say, 8 yards. Good pickup there on first down into Bowie territory.
Stopped by Princeton Campbell, number 5 on that play for the Bowie Volunteer defense.
Second down now. 2 receivers to the left now with a man to the right. This is a handoff on the misdirect to the left-hand side, and the corner is there. Inside the 20-yard line goes Dalen Cobb. It has been his show this second half. And honestly, Pops, I don't hate the play call. Put it in your playmaker's hands and see what he can do with it, and he gets it to the red zone.
Yeah, it took Stephen McQueen, number 28, tripping him up there at the 20-yard line, or he might have made it to the end zone on that one.
Jones-Priest in the backfield with Davol. Play action, headed for Cobb, in and out of his hands. That is a forward pass. Campbell took a look at it, and he'll watch it hit the ground for an incompletion. Ball comes to the near hash. Second down from the 20, 4:18 to go here in the third quarter. Man in motion, handoff to Jones-Priest. And he'll scoot his way through in for a Martin touchdown.
And scoot he did. He broke 3 tackles on the way to the end zone there, and a Bowie player is down on the turf.
While they tend to him, we want to remind you all that the third quarter is presented by our friends at 1836 Home Inspections. Rooted in Texas pride, 1836 Home Inspections provides peace of mind for one of the most important financial decisions of your life. With comprehensive reporting, same-day report delivery, and cutting-edge technology, you can be assured with an 1836 Home Inspection Report. Call 817-382-2111 to schedule your inspection. 1836, your line in the sand. We want to extend our thanks to Randy Russ for being a partner with us this football season, the PA announcer for Arlington High baseball, but also just a friend of ours that we see on a regular basis and now a part of what we do here on the Zap Network. extra point is up and good. And your new score, Bowie 49, Martin 43 with 4:11 to go here in this third quarter of play. Still a lot of football left here at Choctaw Stadium. You don't want to go anywhere. High school football on Zap returns right after this. Zach Arnold Productions is proud to service the greater Arlington and DFW area. With experience in broadcasting, podcasting, web series, public address, marketing, and public relations, Zap can help you tackle any modern communications task. Whether you need an announcer for your sporting event or just need help proofing a press release, be sure to call 817-319-2402 to see how you can find energetic media solutions for your task with Zach Arnold Productions. There's a shot of the Bowie sidelines getting ready to break huddle as they now play with a 6-point advantage. It keeps alternating between 6 and 13 here at Choctaw Stadium, Pops. As long as they don't have empty possessions, Bowie can make it to the finish line. The question is, do they have enough plays? Do they have enough stamina to go another 16 minutes of game action and continue to hold Martin at arm's length?
That is the question.
Line drive will be a bouncer to the far sideline, and Osunde Brown will let this one go out of bounds. And I think Bowie will be content to take it at the 30-yard line.
Wise by Osunde Brown to let that one go out, take the penalty, and set up in decent field position for this next drive.
So we'll get another look at the high-flying Bowie offense. At the break, they had thrown for 323 total yards, most of them through the air. As of our most recent look, the Bowie offense has now accumulated 452 total yards, 275 through the air and counting for Jaden Bibbs as he'll hand this one off up the middle. Pickup of about 2 or 3 on that play.
Brought down by big number 55, Elijah Jackson for the Warriors on that play. About a 3-yard pickup there.
So it's 2 to the right, 1 to the left here. Under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Is Bowie going to be playing the clock game? Try to melt things down a little bit. Ponder with a 1-yard carry to bring up 3rd down and long.
I'm not sure at this point in the game they can afford to do that. I think they need to keep the pedal to the metal here and keep driving. Airing it out with Bibbs being as hot as he has been tonight. Martin still has that quick strike capability we saw in that last drive.
It's going to be a 4-receiver set here. Bibbs rolling to his right, directing traffic, going to go back across the middle, and that one is going to be caught, but it may not be enough for a first down. It is indeed a first down.
Brody Ferguson on that catch across the middle. Knew he was going to get hit hard once he caught that ball. Did a good job hanging on to it for the first down.
Good job absorbing the contact. Ferguson, a collegiate prospect with offers from Howard Payne, Kansas Wesleyan, McPherson, Texas Wesleyan, and Emporia State, among others. Enough to move the sticks for a first down. And Bibbs will hand it off to the right-hand side, tripping over his own man for maybe a yard. Ponder just couldn't get the momentum that he needed. Second down, and we'll call it 9 on the play there. From the Martin sideline, trying to get their defense, who has been beleaguered, to say the least, in this ball game. Bibbs stepping up, stepping away, trying to direct traffic. He'll get a block and get close to first down yardage on the quarterback scramble. He's been the team leader, and as of halftime, he was the game leader in rushing yards. And That little extra stretch there is enough to move the sticks into plus territory. It's another first down for the Volunteers. Coming under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Ponder will get it on the handoff to the left-hand side, scoots through the first line of defense and plows his way forward for an extra couple of yards. That's a pickup of 12 and another Volunteer first down.
Good hard running by Ponder on that play. Going over the left side of that offensive line that's blowing some holes up, making some gaps for him. Once he gets into that second level, he's hard to bring down.
Two receivers to the right and one to the left. Handoff to the left side for no gain. Harper on the carry. Will not get very far. Pops, I do see number 7 back out there in black. Mad Max is out there at receiver.
Good news for Bowie fans. Never want to see any of these young men get hurt. Glad to see Maxwell back on the field.
2nd and 10. About a half minute to go here in the third. Handoff again to the left-hand side and met by a linebacker. Maybe 4 yards on the play. Harper with a marginal pickup. It'll bring up third down and about 6. And unless they hurry to the line, that may be the final play of the quarter. They're content to let it go, so folks, we want to remind you that this upcoming fourth quarter is presented by Modern West Windows and Doors. See the difference their portfolio can make on your home by visiting their showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or by going to modernwestwindows.com to explore their inventory. The fourth quarter presented by Modern West is coming up after the break here on the Zap Network. Don't go anywhere.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Welcome to the fourth quarter here at Choctaw Stadium, everybody. Alongside my Pops Doug, I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you this District 8-6A action. Bowie looking to go to 3-0 in district and join the South Grand Prairie Warriors, who are all but likely headed that direction themselves. Last I saw, Pops, it was a 59-point advantage for South Grand Prairie. At this point, you're just playing the JV guys.
Yeah.
In order to keep everybody healthy and move on to next week. Third down here for the Volunteers in plus territory. Handoff, left side. No, it's a pass. Deontay Tennyson's got it. The play fake fooled the announcer, and it's 1st and goal. Everybody thought it was a handoff to the left-hand side. Bibbs kept it and got it to 27, who took it inside the 5. What a great pull by number 2 and a great pass on the outlet. And Bowie's knocking on the doorstep again. Palagofia coming in for the jumbo package. Ponder is out there, as is number 9, Don Rivas. And it looks like somebody called a timeout, so we'll take a timeout with them. That one will be at Martin's expense. They didn't like what they saw. Hopefully you like what you see here during this commercial break. We'll be back right after this. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com. Back to Choctaw Stadium. Bowie with a 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Mad Max all by himself out there on a lonely island with the jumbo package on the opposite side. Ponder will take it to the right. He's got a lead blocker in Pawagofia, and he powers his way in for a Bowie touchdown. Pops, at one point during the first half, I said first one to 50 wins. Bowie's officially at 55 to start this 4th quarter. That was a 12-play drive that went 70 yards, capped off by the 3-yard touchdown by Denzel Ponder. Leading the charge was Pawagofia as the lead blocker. And it helps extend the Bowie lead once more. One more player that hasn't made it out to the sidelines yet. Finally get the final substitution. Espindola comes on for the extra point with 2 seconds on the play clock. And now a whistle blows before the snap. A timeout called by Bowie, their 2nd of the half, very early in this quarter. Didn't think they'd get it off in time, so they call for a break. We'll take a short break with them and be back right after this.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Now we'll come back for the extra point attempt. 11:47 to go here in the ball game. Bowie looking to add their 56th point of the evening off of the foot of Espindola. Good snap. Good hold, and a good kick. Classic South drive summary, 7 plays, 70 yards, and a 3-yard touchdown by Ponder. Next time you're ready to drive something new, contact Yadi Pagan at 817-706-5679. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference. We'll be right back with more high school football on Zap right after this.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need ICA Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, ICA features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call ICA at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you. From weekend cleanups to major projects, Trinity Logistics Services has the perfect fit for you. With dumpsters ranging from 10 all the way up to 30 feet, they handle both drop-off and pick-up so you can stay focused on cleaning up the win. Call 817-693-1302 today and let Trinity Logistics Services help you score big on convenience and efficiency.
Back to Choctaw Stadium. Bowie with their 56th point of the game, and they need every point just to keep Martin at bay tonight, Pops.
Yeah, it's, like you said earlier, it's just been punch, counter punch all evening. Bowie's been doing a good job answering the bell.
This return starts on the near side, goes to the far side, and a flag comes in at the very end of the play. That was Everett Johnson on the return, and he may have gotten a face mask at the end there. We'll see if it's an extra 15 for the Warriors.
You know, Zach, you were talking about Bowie's counter-punching. 3 drives so far this half. This is the 4th one coming up. 3 touchdowns. 16-yard TD from Carson, a 1-yard from Ponder, and a 3-yarder from Ponder.
Ponder really making a name for himself here in this second half. Pops, we are officially at 99 combined points in this ball game, 56-43. The next score puts us over the century mark for combined points in this district shootout.
We'll definitely get there. I have no doubt.
Dave will back out behind center. He'll hand it off, and right up the middle through the heart of the Bowie defense, bouncing off of a shoulder tackle is Javian Jones-Priest, and he will get a first down. And a flag will come out at the end of the play as things are getting chippy on the far sidelines. That'll be a late hit or an unsportsmanlike, and all of that yardage that Jones-Priest just got is going to back them up 15.
A little zebra conference on the far side over there. See what they come up with.
You know, we haven't seen a whole lot of mustard on the lettuce tonight. For the most part, it's been a fairly cleanly played game.
Nope, they're marching it back towards Martin's side there. Yep.
An unsportsmanlike against Martin. And that will push them back inside the 25. So Jones-Priest gets 12, and then they get penalized 15. So it'll be a first down and 10, basically back where they started. $11:30 to go in regulation here at Choctaw. Handoff on the stretch to the right-hand side, and a big hit after a pickup of 11. But it could have been a lot more with the type of momentum that was being carried there.
Bryson Castile for the Volunteers with the good hit and tackle on that play.
Ricky Montgomery on the carry. Good for another first down. Play action. Right hand rolling, directing traffic, sets his feet, fires into
the 40, the zero on the 40.
The zero at the 40-yard line.
Nobody close to that one. Little mix-up on a route.
In on the coverage there was Bowie's number 21, Cedric Johnson, senior defensive back. Second down and 10 from the 33. Dave tries the hard count, unsuccessful. 10 seconds on the play clock. Martin's got to get the call in quickly here. 3, 2, 1, and a timeout will be called by Coach Reeves, as Martin could not quite get the look that they were looking for, and they'll have to burn a valuable timeout with just under 11 minutes to go here in the fourth. We'll take a timeout with them and be back with more high school football on Zap after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Coming out of the break with a second down and 10 here at Choctaw Stadium. Martin does a lot of motion before the snap, and there was too much motion going on and not enough time for players to get set. And now they'll have to use a timeout in order to avoid a penalty. 10:58 to go in regulation. This is going to be a reverse trick play pass, trying to go over the top, and it's going to be picked off. Guess who? Number 5, Princeton Campbell with the INT. And Bowie gets a big stop on the trickeration. Campbell was not being fooled at all, and he gets the turnover for the Volunteers. Ball moves to the 32-yard line in the other direction as Bowie with an opportunity to land the deciding blow. Osunde Brown in motion. They'll go his direction on the swing pass. He's got some space, and he's gonna go all the way. Kedrick Osunde Brown, one play. No, they say he went out of bounds at the 47. Oh my goodness, that was about to be the dagger.
Yeah, he's a little frustrated with himself. He took one little step out of bounds, and the referee was standing right there.
Oh my goodness. So we'll go to the 47 instead. Still a big play, still a first down, still Bowie ball.
Correction, says Yadi Pagan.
First down for the Vols. Handoff. Close to midfield. That's Harper on the carry. Jaden Harper will be given 2 from the 47 to the 49. She's not up here helping produce for Thursday Night Lights, but she'll be here tomorrow. Mom, the producer, Patsy, mentioning in our private group chat that it looks like perhaps Martin's stamina might be giving out. Osunde Brown in motion again. He'll go around behind the quarterback this time as the handoff will go up the middle. Maybe to midfield, maybe into plus territory, depending on where the ball gets spotted. It'll bring up third down and about 5 or 6.
He ran into a whole group of Martin Warrior defenders there, and it was a group tackle there, leaving it third and about 5 here for Bowie.
.12 on the play clock as Bibbs gets set now for the snap. Osunde Brown in motion. And he'll go behind the quarterback again. And again, they'll go up the middle to Harper. And nothing doing. Willie Gay loses his hat on the play there. And it'll bring up fourth down at the 48-yard line. Just under 9 minutes to go.
Looks like Bowie's going to go for it here.
They did do a pooch punt with this formation once before, and Coach Sam is going to take a timeout to talk about it. We'll take a timeout with them, with Bowie trying to figure out what they'll do here on 4th and 5. We'll find out after this break here on the Zap Network.
Buying a vehicle can be overwhelming. That's why Yadi Pagan at Classic Chevrolet has created a guide to car buying to help ensure you make the right choice. Classic South has a great selection of pre-owned vehicles, and Yadi will put all his energy to make sure you get the best deal possible. Call 817-706-5679. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
Welcome back to Choctaw Stadium. Bowie facing a 4th down inside Martin territory with just under 9 minutes to go.
0 timeouts now.
Out of timeouts. And they are setting up like they may go for it. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bibbs did take a couple of steps back and do a pooch punt once before. They are going to go for it. This is going to go behind everybody to Osunde Brown. Can he get the corner? Yes, he does. Kedrick Osunde Brown moves the chains for the Volunteers.
Finally wrestled down on the far side by number 33, Reginald Jenkins for the Warriors, but not before a big 4th down pickup there for the Volunteers.
I love the play call, too. Instead of going for the pooch punt, you go for the dagger. And Bowie converts on 4th down to extend the drive and potentially extend the lead. And that's just speed against speed. You gave it to Osunde Brown in the backfield and trusted that he was going to turn the corner, and he did.
Well, in 2 plays before that, they had been circling him around in the backfield, and they finally went to him.
3 receivers set here as Bowie's going to hand it off up the middle. A little further into plus territory, taking a couple of Martin defenders with him to about the 25-yard line is Ponder. He'll pick up about 3 or 4 on that play. Just under 8 minutes to go in regulation here, 7.5. With the ball resting at the 35-yard line. They're going to go with a bunch formation. Nobody split wide left or right. Triangle to the left and a slot on the right-hand side. Bibbs with a toss. It's a strong toss with some lead blockers. And nothing doing. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Jaden Harper just couldn't quite turn the corner there.
Yeah, ran into Kevin Grant on the near sideline, and Grant spun him out of bounds there before he could pick anything up.
No gain, and it'll bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 6 or 7 as the clock continues to run. Play call comes in. They'll get 3 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Probably the first empty backfield we've seen for Bibbs all evening. And he's going to go looking for a tunnel screen, and the play just could not develop as Martin defenders got in his face before the receiver could get open. They were going for one of those middle screens again, Pops, and this time come up empty.
That'll bring up 4th down and long for the Volunteer offense, who will keep that offense on the field here. See if they can pick up another 4th down play.
A little bit longer distance this time, and they're going to go empty again. 3 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Who is this in the backfield? There's somebody that needs to sub out.
85, Aiden Rondon has come in.
Now they have the receivers they want. Bibbs back to pass, got a pocket, now losing it. Break and contain. Can he get there? Yes, he does. Jaden Bibbs scoots his way and slides down at the 25.
Scoot and slide.
That's another Bowie 1st down. 10 plays on this drive as Bowie continues to melt the clock.
Melt the clock and maintain that lead.
Does this feel more like that run, melt the clock offense you saw against Sam Houston last week?
No, this is still more wide open.
Really?
Yeah. It was straight pound the rock, pound the rock. There was no passing against Sam.
Ferguson in motion. Harper will go behind Ferguson and lean forward for maybe a yard.
One thing Tim Costello and I noticed in that ball game was as the score got wider and wider apart, late in that 4th quarter, they just switched to a running clock. I don't think we're going to have that here tonight.
Not the case in tonight's ball game, although it has been tightly contested, back and forth, and Bowie about 20 yards away from providing the final margin. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ferguson, the tight end, on the left-hand side. Bibbs will keep it on the zone read instead of giving it to Harper. He'll lean forward for maybe a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Martin will call a timeout. We'll keep it right here as we take a look at this critical 3rd down and 9 from Choctaw Stadium. Pops, Bowie's been able to convert on a couple of 4th downs here. How do they keep it from becoming another 4th down situation here on this 3rd and 9?
I think you go ahead and look for Mad Max on this play. He was injured. Martin may not be paying as much attention to him right now. See if we can pull one out of the hat here and get at least a first down. This is a part of the field where Bibbs has taken shots at the end zone earlier in the game.
I would agree if it was second down. On third down, I think you just want to get enough distance to put you in position. Third down and 9 as Nichols lines up wide in a stacked receiver set. 2 receivers stacked left, 2 receivers stacked right. Bibbs is looking Nichols' way, stepping up, stepping away, going into a host of Martin defenders and not going to get the first down he needs, but he does get it inside the red zone, which may be closer to Espindola's field goal range, or they've gone 2 for 2 on fourth down so far in this drive.
Yeah, he's been making those fourth down plays or the third down plays on that scramble when the protection breaks down. Came up just a little bit short that time.
They're going to go for it here on fourth down from the 19. They're out of timeouts. They need to get this off. 10 on the play clock. Bibbs finally calls for it. Pass play. Steps up and falls down. Trips over his own lineman. And Bowie will turn it over on downs. However, they did melt a substantial amount of time off the clock and take it deep into Martin territory. 4 minutes and 3 seconds remain in this ball game. Bowie leads by 13. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Fans, a reminder to stay tuned for the post-game show presented by our friends at John Wade Roofing at the conclusion of tonight's ball game, whenever that may take place. We'll have some scores, some stats, some thoughts, and so much more as this run play hits the corner. Jones Priest looks like he might have been caught behind the line of scrimmage, and instead he'll pick up 9.5 for a second down and very short.
Caleb Pfeiffer, number 17 for Bowie, finally shoves him out of bounds on that play. The junior defensive back for the Volunteers.
He does step out of bounds to stop the clock. 3:55 remaining. Corner route is caught. That's good for a first down, but immediately bringing down the receiver. That's number 4 for Lamar. Demarius Hoy on the first down grab. Bowie defense right there to receive him, Pops.
Yeah, no yards after catch on that one, but it is a first down for Martin. And the clock has kept running.
Handoff to the right-hand side. Credit where it's due. Jones Priest tripped up after a gain of about 4. Martin is not panicking and going to the all-pass game that you would traditionally see with less than 4 minutes. They're sticking to their guns and hoping to be able to break free with their playmakers. Jones Priest is tripped up there for a second down. Quick to the line, just over 3 minutes to go. It's going to be a quarterback keeper on the zone read. And it'll come up about a yard shy.
Bowie thinks the ball got out on the field.
Chase DeVol took it. The umpire is saying that the runner is down, and it's short of the line to gain, so it'll be third down, Martin ball, with 2:35 to go in the game. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. DeVol looking right. Got a man. First down yardage, but no yards after catch again. Catch is made there by Everett Johnson. And it'll be a first down for the Warriors. They've got 17 seconds to get a playoff before the 2-minute timeout. 5 seconds before the timeout. They do just get it off. Devo looking left. And that is caught for a marginal gain. And that will take us to the final official stoppage of play before we hit double zeros here at Choctaw Stadium. The 2-minute timeout with Bowie in front by 13 and Martin on the march. We'll be back right after this.
PDA Advocacy Group would like to remind you that autism is a wide spectrum of neurological differences and it's on the rise, now affecting 1 in 36 Americans and more cases found in males. Those with autism have trouble with social interactions, communication, and can engage in repetitive or self-harming behaviors. While the causes of autism are still being researched, we can begin to learn more by visiting nationalautismassociation.org.
Welcome back to Choctaw Stadium. Bowie Vols celebrating what is likely to be a victory, but there's been a lot of scoring that's happened in a very short amount of time lately, Pops, so
yeah.
we're not counting any chickens until they officially hatch, but right now things are going in Bowie's favor. Devo with a 3-receiver set, back to pass, pump fake, stepping up, and he's going to get swallowed by a couple of Bowie defenders back in midfield. In on the charge, number 11, Marquis Haynes, the senior edge, getting the big TFL.
And the sands of time keep slipping away on the Martin Warriors here.
3rd down and about 12 now after the sack. A minute and a half to go in the ball game. Very quickly under pressure. Gonna have to throw it away. No flags, it's incomplete. Hoy, the intended target, and it's 4th and 12. Game on the line here for the Warriors. Line to gain is the Bowie 38. If they don't, it may be time to take a knee. Play call comes in from the sidelines. 3 receivers for the Warriors. Devo rolling left, putting it up, and it's going to get picked off. Going the other way with it is the Volunteer defense. That one is picked off by number 9, Don Rivas, and that will be your ball game. Flag on the play as Bowie excessively celebrating. Rightfully so, though, as Rivas comes up with a big INT.
Yep, Zach, for this second game in as many years, Bowie's going to defeat the Martin Warriors in district action here. And what a game it's been.
You don't want to miss the statistics update from the Dallas Morning News when we go to the post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing. Some absolutely unreal numbers from tonight's action as the Bowie sideline excited about their big plays. The offense may have been one of the highlights, but the defense making the big play when necessary. Bibbs takes a knee in victory formation as the Volunteers get ready to move to 3-0 in district play with their second win in a row against the Martin Warriors. There may be a new king in the city of Arlington, and it resides in the southeast quadrant. A lot of excitement on this Volunteer sideline here at Choctaw Stadium as Bibbs takes one more knee, and that may do it. Final score in this one, Arlington Bowie 56, Arlington Martin 43, just a point away from 100 combined, but it's the Volunteers who come out on top. Pops, what an exciting ball game we had for us here tonight. And what a finish by Bowie to come out and get a big, big district win against Martin.
Yeah, to end it in dramatic fashion like they did with Reva's pick as Martin was trying to claw and stay alive in this ball game. But it was a fun one to watch. And your Bowie Volunteers come out on top tonight in an exciting fashion. 56-43 over Martin.
We'll go ahead and slide into the post-game show presented by our friends at John Wade Roofing, Arlington's favorite roofer since 1982. Some fun facts about John Wade Roofing. John Wade played for Arlington High School and was their teen MVP in '76, also played for TCU and UTA, earning all conference and conference champion honors. After playing with the Houston Oilers for a brief time, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy that the company has built in the community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs or gutters, painting, solar, soffit repair, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520.
Zach, as is very appropriate, the Bowie Band is closing out the game with their rendition of Thriller. And yes, this was a thrilling ball game.
Alma Mater going to be playing here momentarily. We'll try to turn up the microphone for that and then have our stats from this game and scores from around when we come back.
All right, fans, the final chapter in this ball game, the Bowie High School alma mater, followed by a spirited rendition of the fight song as we wrap up this ball game from Choctaw Stadium here tonight. Let's take a look at the scores from around the district, games that we're actually playing tonight, brought to you by Ika Signs. Argyle finished their game over at Seguin at Glaspie Stadium by winning 41-24 over Seguin. At the Gopher Warrior Bowl, Haltom 61 to Grand Prairie's 20. Lamar took a hard knock from South Grand Prairie tonight over at UTA Stadium. South 53, Lamar 0 in that ball game. And in outside the district action, Mansfield High ended up their game 28-14 over Crowley. Summit High School will play tomorrow night, as will Sam Houston and Arlington right here on the Zap Network.
As we mentioned, the postgame show presented by our friends at John Wade Roofing, Arlington's favorite roofer since 1982. Some stats from this game, according to the Dallas Morning News. It was a high-flying affair. 571 yards of offense for Bowie, 408 for the Martin Warriors, 196 yards rushing for Martin, 243 for Bowie, 328 yards of passing, all from Jaden Bibbs, who finished with a 63% completion percentage, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. For the rushing attack, 95 yards for Jaden Bibbs on 16 carries, almost 6 yards per carry. Ponder finished with 84 yards and 2 scores, a big second half for him. Harper with that first half rushing touchdown. And then you have a total of 5 touchdown receptions from 3 different players. Mad Max with 154 yards and 2 scores, 86 yards and 2 scores for Osunde Brown, and Darian Carson with a touchdown reception as well. It's so hard to pick a player of the game in a situation like this, Pops, because the Bowie defense was what got the game-sealing interception. And they picked off Chase Dable 3 times, holding him to just a 39% completion clip. So he was stymied the entire ball game by this Bowie defense, and they came up with some big stops in the second half when they needed it. Completely shut out Martin in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
No points allowed in the entire final 12 minutes, and that, in my opinion, is what helped provide the final margin that you see on the scoreboard. Yes, 99 points of offense, but they won the turnover battle 3-1 and committed fewer penalties, which were 2 big components that we talked about during the pregame show, and it came to fruition here to help move them to 3-0.
Absolutely. Good showing by Bowie tonight. They took care of business against Sam in the last game, and they really did a high-flying circus act tonight. It was just a fun ball game to watch all the way through. Coach Sam's very excited. You can see on the camera on the sideline. He had a lot to say to his team, but then at the end, he had a lot of fun celebrating with the guys here at the end of the game.
Time for us to celebrate as well, as Bowie moves to 3-0 in district with tonight's Thursday Night Lights win. Jonathan Mosley on camera 1, Cameron Wilcox on camera 2, Jason Holly, the producer, and my pops Doug producing the commercials and doing color commentary to my left. I'm Zach Arnold, thanking you so much for tuning in to tonight's district action from Choctaw Stadium. A reminder that Arlington versus Sam is right back here at Choctaw tomorrow at 7 p.m., and that'll be on the Zap Network as well. But that's going to do it for us tonight. For all of us at the Zap Network, we thank you for supporting local businesses and local broadcasters by tuning in tonight, and we hope to see you all again real soon.